Welcome to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel, and what are we doing today, guys? So today we are doing a live stream of a work in progress core, version 1.3 of the Game Boy. We're going to look at two cores today, right? So the two cores we're looking at is the Game Boy, the DMG core, as well as the Game Boy Color core, right? So I'm starting with DMG because I like DMG. Now, do you know what? I wasn't quite ready for it, so what I didn't do is I don't know all the changes that are in here, but one of the things the developer Bud2 asked was he was kind of afraid he didn't roll this out publicly yet, and the reason for that is he was concerned that saves might disappear, right? I don't really play, like the games I play on the Analogue Pocket are in short bursts, so I'm not really invested in long-term Pokemon saves or anything like that. Like this game here I've just started many times, so I'm kind of good with that. So I thought I'll put a save file on here anyway, and I'll try it and we'll see if it, deletes it or does anything to it. I don't expect it to, but since Bud2 said it, I thought we'd check it out. I can see Chris's Retro Gaming's in the house, Joseph, Nate and Earthful. How you doing there, guys? So Chris, like Pokemon games, I know you're saying they're boring. They're kind of alright. I got into them more in the later ones, right? But I do like the games. Has it got save states? I don't know. I don't think it has. I don't think it has. It wasn't mentioned. I did actually just go on like the testing group and say, is there anything new in here? Yo, Raheem Masters in the house. I said, is there anything new in this core, which I should have asked earlier, right? But like, literally a couple of minutes before the stream I asked the developer. So let's see, let me check my phone, because I am open on that part on Discord. So let's have a look at that. No, I haven't got a response yet. Chris, if a response does come there and you're still on the stream, do let me know. Let's see what's kind of new here. So I really like the Game Boy, guys. I like the Game Boy DMG. That's like my favorite one, man. The Game Boy DMG is definitely the one for me. Let me just, I'm going to put my sound level down a little bit because I can see it's kind of getting into peak. So let's have a look. Okay, so yeah, absolutely love this game, man. This is one of the best Zelda games out there. Zelda Link's Adventure, Link's Awakening, man. It is just a banger, an absolute banger of a game. And this is the version that I like the best, right? I like the DMG version the best. So let's give it a save, right? And it's really interesting because when you start this game and you're unsure how to save, you get to this part with these two kids up there and they tell you how to save. And what's really funny is I always remember it because they're like, what will I know? I am just a kid, Let's just go to that and then we'll go to the next game. And guys, if you want to see any, we'll start with DMG. We'll then move over to the Game Boy Color. But in all honesty, I'm happy to go between the cores. It doesn't take that long a time. And the aspect ratios are the same. So, we'll run these, right? So what do these kids say? Hey, man, okay, when you want to save, just push all the buttons at once. Don't ask me what that means. I'm just a kid. I don't know why. I always kind of like that. So here we go. So what I found when I was playing this on emulation devices, when you press all the buttons, it takes you back out to like RetroArch or something, right? When I'm using one of those Ambernic ones. So it was really funny because I had to change the buttons on one of those in order to save. But I do play this game periodically, and if I was to lose my save file, it wouldn't be the end of the world, right? It's not lost there. The save file is still there. But in the meantime, let's run another game. What's near? Do you have the DX card? Oh, you still have the DX card. Oh, nice, man, nice. Do you know what? What's really funny? I'm a little bit saddened, but not saddened by it, but it's like, when your friends do stuff sometimes and you think, like, why would you do that, right? Why would you do that? Okay, let's put a little bit of How Wrestling for a second. So, my buddy Chris, not Chris's Retro Gaming, who's also my buddy, one of the guys I grew up with, Chris. So, when I at a game shop, he bought like a Game Boy Color off me. He bought a whole bunch of games for it. And when he came back to the country, he was like, look, I don't really want it anymore. Do you want it? And I always feel guilty taking stuff that I'm not going to use, especially for free. And I was like, look, you might as well sell it. I've got plenty of Game Boys. So he had some games in there as well. So he decided to go to CEX and trade that stuff in, right? And cool. I was like, yeah, man, go for it. Look, the prices are okay. You can get yourself some money for stuff you're not using. And so he went and traded stuff in. But he had Zelda Link's Awakening, the DMG version. I don't have the cartridge of that anymore, and I didn't say anything. I thought, he's going to sell it. Cool. Let him get his money and whatnot. And CEX refused to take it in because they said the battery had gone on it. But then he gave it to them for free, and I was like, dude, like anytime there's anything free and you can't sell it, I'm your guy for that. I mean, I could have just taken it for free off him. He would have given it to me. But, you know, given the fact that he gave it away, you know, to CEX, when he could have given it away to me, I could have changed the battery on that or got the battery changed. You know, I felt like I was getting choked. My eyes were popping out like that guy down there. So also, guys, just let me know if the volumes are okay. Is my voice like a bit too loud? I'm looking at the bars and it's peaking a bit. I've got a very expensive wireless mic that I bought. Well, it's expensive for me. It costs like £130, but it seems when I do live streams, when I'm speaking quite hyped and loud, it can be quite loud. Right, let's check some other games. I did put some so let's go out of here. So I put on, was it My Homebrew or My Hacks? So there's a whole bunch of hacks in there. So they've hacked the Mega Man games on the Game Boy, and they've added roll in there. So that's kind of interesting. So hey guys, how's everyone doing? The weekend has begun. I'm actually off work, man, for okay, so which one should we go with? Let's start with, what's he gonna be called? Cutman, Scissorman? Can't even remember. Yeah, so Cutman, here you go. So I've got like a couple of weeks off work now. So I'm actually traveling. I'm going to wow, okay, I forget these things can be tough. So I'm actually traveling to Saudi Arabia on Monday, and I'm coming back next Monday. And in between, I've just applied for a new job, and hopefully I'll get that one, right? You know, I wasn't so great in getting my promotion, so I've looked kind of elsewhere. Now, it's looking promising, but I might be doing a remote interview while I'm in Saudi. Yeah, next week. So let's see how things go, man. Wow, these are tough, man. You know, I love Mega Man 2, but wow, like, you know, I know I'm not doing a great job of it, but bloody hell, these games are difficult. All right, let's go with something else. I do like playing easy games for the stream. So we've got, okay, so Roll Chan World 2. I don't know. I guess if you're a big Mega Man fan, you'll get a lot of stuff out of this. Let's have a look at some of the chat. Oh, you might get, oh, wicked. Thanks for that, Raheem. Do you know what it is? I'm looking at the peak meter. I've turned the volume level a little bit down in OBS because I can see it kind of going into the red. But I have set the maximum threshold to a negative 3 dB, so it never goes above that. So wicked. Appreciate that, Raheem Masters. All right, what's KSA MJ Gaming and Tech? What is the difference between Tacky Mr. 2 editions? Do I need 128 RAM? What for? Okay, we're not really going into the tacky stuff here, but there's plenty of information out there. Just have a look at it. There's 3 variants tacky selling. There's also a QM Tech clone. Phantom Brawler, I bought the new Analogue, regretting my purchase, but feels great. Okay, no man, don't, no regrets, man, no regrets. Like, you bought it, is that, so Phantom Brawler, are you talking about you bought the metal one, yeah, the aluminium one that was $500? We're talking like, you know, closer to kind of $650 delivered. So no regrets, dude, no regrets. You know, enjoy your purchase, man. I really do like the Unlock Pocket, and I like the metal ones. I just don't have the disposable income, so I'm not going to buy it. And you know, if I had a big channel where I was making you know, a few £1,000s a month out of it and making a living out of it, then yeah, I would have definitely bought it just for something for the channel. But yeah, I can't justify the cost. I've got to buy some. I've got to buy the tacky clone, and I've got to buy a QM Tech clone as well. I've spoken to both tacky and QM Tech, so I should be getting some. Yeah, so that's kind of where my funds are going. I can't really afford an Analog Pocket. I would love to have a metal one, right? But not quite. Okay, made it to that ladder. Right, okay, let's go with something else. These games are a little bit too tough for me. So have I got anything more than just roll? Okay, no. So is that all I put on there? What's this one here? Okay, I have no idea what this game is. Sometimes I see new stuff coming out and I think, okay, you know what? Let me run that. Oh, I also forget this has got fast forward in there. Oh, okay. I think, is this the Ninja Jajamaru or something it's called? I like those games, man. They're kind of decent. No, do you know what, Raheem? Mega Man games are generally tough, man. I completed Mega Man 2 as a kid, and that's the only one that I've completed, man. I haven't I haven't really dabbled in the others. I tried, it's probably not that new now, it's years and years old. I think Mega Man 11, that came out for the Switch, and yeah, I was like, okay, I liked it, but again, they're difficult games, man. They've got a big following. A lot of people like them, but I guess they're not exactly for me. Now this game's really interesting for a Game Boy. Someone actually managed to rip like a ROM out of the Switch version. I think it's available online. One of the subscribers, a big shout out to Tarek, kind of hooked me up with the ROM that he ripped himself. And I think I ran it on the channel a while ago. I've done a video on it, but this is a good game, man. Very, very good game. Controls well, feels well, and you know, it's nice to get good games on the DMG. Like, I like the DMG, but there was a whole bunch of crap on it. But some of the stuff that was made and done well, it was done really, really well. And this is a good example of a good game on there, man. Like, even by today's standards, this game holds. Like, what's it called? So in case you guys do want to check it. Okay, Ori Jajamaru Seikei Dubuken, and you can see there's like an English version out there, right? So I think there's a bit where you kind of go upside down as well. There's quite a few of these Jajamaru games, man, on like different formats and whatnot. Good soundtrack as well. Hey, look at that. Okay, am I stuck on the tree? Okay, yeah, kind of like a FMV here. Oh, okay. Oh, right. Okay, I think developers Buddu 2 has got back to me on our changes. Let me just have a look at that. Okay. Oh. Okay, cool. So there's not really much there to kind of talk about as far as changes go. I guess it's more testing to figure out if there are any issues. Oh, look, we can hold. I always forget this has got fast forward, man. Well, I forgot how you beat this boss now. Ah, okay. So I'm stuck around here. He's gonna circle around me, right? Again, look how interesting this is for a DMG game, guys. Like, I'm kind of alright with this filter. It's not exactly green screen, but I am colorblind, so don't exactly know what I'm looking at. Okay, that was relatively easy. But again, what a great game, man. Like, as a kid, when I had my Game Boy, like this would have instantly been my favorite game, man. It's just really, really good. And the fact, I really like that Buddu 2's cause got a fast forward in it, because I can imagine, you know, if you're playing like something with a massively long, you know, sequence or a scene in there that you can't exactly skip. Okay, let's run with something else, guys. If you want to see any particular games, especially DMG games, you know, I'd love it if you guys help me find new DMG games. Actually, talking of that, let's have a look at a favorite on here. So there's one that I really, really like, and I think it's a really, really good version, right? And it's Japanese only, and I always forget what it's bloody called. I kind of wish if I put it in a different folder. So that's US. Okay, Japan. Hopefully I can find it. Oh, I think, is it Sego no? So there's a Ninja Spirit game, man. Okay, let's have a look what's chat saying. Oh wow, I got it. Okay, wicked. This game is a banger, guys. Okay. Oh, this call's not finished. No, so this cause is something. I mean, this call feels really, really good to me. Now, there's a lot of people that mention stuff that, you know, they mention stuff that I don't know whether it can be regarded as incomplete or work in progress. But a lot of that is to do with the real-time clock and Pokemon stuff. You know, it's like if you don't use it, like I don't really play Pokemon in here, so I wouldn't notice any of those features. So Mega Man 5 is the best DMG Mega Man. All right, we'll have a look at Mega Man 5 in just a second. Wario Land is always awesome. So this is Ninja Spirit, guys. So if you try and find it, it's not exactly called Ninja Spirit. As you see, it's called Seigo no Nindu. Let me... Oh. Okay, so what's really good is you're not one hit in Game Boy mode. You know what? Let me... I need to put the sound up for this, right? Because the soundtrack's really, really good for this. I really, really do like it. Right, okay. But what? Okay, right. Let's focus. So I played this on the PC Engine a lot. I know this was out for the arcade. It's on the IRIM M72 hardware. But man, what a great game! And you know what, right? This is one of the reasons I really like FPGA gaming. So I was doing a video on this particular game, right? And I was playing it in bed initially when I found it, right? And I was playing it on the Analogue Pocket, and I was like, wow, this is really, really good. And then what happened is I've got like an Android device that I use for filming sometimes, and the amount of latency you got on that device, right? I was like, okay, you know what? How do I change weapon? Okay, cool. So you've got all your weapons as well, man. Banging. So let's use the hook, because I used to use that, but then I started using the sword in more recent plays. So when I actually played this on the Android device, man, I couldn't play it. I just, you know, on the Analogue Pocket, I nearly completed it in handheld mode on like just, you know, one of my first sittings. Maybe I'm not going to give you a good example of that now, but I do have to tell you guys, I was on night shift last night, so it's one of those ones where I am running on fumes, man. I've had like a few hours sleep, kind of cracked on with what I needed to do during the day. And yeah, man, just looking forward to getting an early night today, an earlyish night. I kind of want to do that video on that new Mega Drive game that's been released, right, from Master Link. Who is it? What is it? It's Hayutu's Journey or something. It's like a shinobi type game. Look, and you've got the midway boss here as well, right? You've got the ninjas that are popping out. Now, some of the bits are a little bit easier than the PC Engine in the arcade version of this game, because you can't get as many assets on the screen at once. So certain things become easier, especially the part where you're having to dive down and there's lots of ninjas down there. So let's see. You know, I should just, oops, sorry. Okay, let's easier with one of the projectiles. Again, like seeing this boss for the first time, I remember, that's why I really like this game. And I think the Game Boy DMG version is just, it's really, really good. It delivers really, really well. And I never ever played this or knew about this when I had my Game Boy. If I did, this would have been one of the games I would have spent extra money on import, right? It's one of those ones where you would go and trade in 3 of your games and add money on top to try and get this, right? But I didn't even know of this. I think I found out about this years and years later. This was definitely one of my favorite games. It gets very, very difficult like later on, right? On the PC Engine, I couldn't complete it. At a certain part you get to in the game, I don't think we'll get there because I'm not going to play it this much. We'll move on to something else. But yeah, let's have a look. Oh, okay, PC, I'm going to... Oh, has he just released it? Chris, Terminator 2K2, as I know Hotego said that we are expecting a JT Friday today, and it's going to be a late one. Is it Sunset Riders? Because that's fantastic, man. No, that's all good. I can get onto that later. Wicked. Again, banging soundtrack, man. Like I strongly recommend this game if you're into your Game Boy and you know your Analogue Pocket. This plays really, really well on there, man. Exactly like the PC in the arcade version, where you got those wolves flying at you. Right, let's try something else. Oh, I thought that was Saint Dragon. What is this? Saint? I'm gonna have to try this out. It's called Saint Paradise. Let's have a look at some of the chat. Oh, thanks for that, Joseph. I see you're a true Pokemon guy, yeah? So the ones that use RTC is Gold, Silver, and Crystal. See, I've never played those. I only ever played, funny enough, Yellow out of the Game Boy DMG ones. When the Nokia 6600 came out, I played it on an emulator. Around the time they were originally out, I was a bit too cool to play Pokemon games because all the kids were playing them. So yeah, Chris, has there been? Oh, let me check my phone. Actually, I've got it in front of me. Has there been a Patreon? No, not yet. Okay, it would be nice if it is Sunset Riders, right? That'll be something, right? That'll be something. Okay, what is this here? So it's telling me continue. I don't think I've played. Oh, okay. Oh, is it? This gonna be a text heavy? Again, look at that. We can fast forward stuff, man. This is so darn good. Awesome. Hope everyone's having a good Friday. Nice feature to have, right? Fast forward on an FPGA device. We don't really have that on too many cores, or yeah, it's not really a thing. This is more of an emulation thing, software emulation thing. Guys, I do like software emulation. You know, I do like those Linux handhelds. I'm just not a fan of Android handhelds because I find them very, very laggy. All right, you know, we're gonna have to leave this, but this game looks kind of cool, man. Let's go back to cartridges. Is there anything? Let me turn the sound down just a pad now because I wanted you guys to hear the Ninja Spirit sound. Right, okay, what we got here? Do you know what? There was a game that I really used to like. Let's go to it, and it's Pony now, right? So let's see. This here. So remember, like, we were playing like Street Fighter 1 in the arcade, then Street Fighter 2 came out, and Fighters was all the rage, right? That is all we wanted. Thanks, Joseph. Yeah, it kind of did look like I got those RPGs vibes. Now, this was a game I absolutely loved, right? Who remembers, right? So if you if you went to school like late 80s, like early 90s, and you kind of started discovering mangas, and someone you knew had a videotape of a manga, right? And yeah, so you ended up watching Fist of the North Star. I think that was the first manga that I watched, right? And it was just banging. It was wicked. And then they released the game for the Game Boy, man. And I'm gonna have to go Kenshiro, right? But wow, like, okay, I'm ready. And the first guy I fight is Heart, right? Anyone remember that? The big fat guy when just pops it in his stomach. Now, guys, seriously, this game is just, it really isn't that good. But man, like, I used to rinse this game out, man. I think it's been able to maybe nearly complete it or complete it. I can't even remember. But when I went back to it, I was like, you know what am I even doing? Can you even do specials in this? I can't even remember. But guys, it was Fist of the North Star. We love Fist of the North Star, man. It was big. And I still watch it from time to time, man. It gives me a lot of nostalgia, man, that one. Do you mean anime? No. So Joseph, they were, so even though, yeah, they're animations, because I understand manga means the comic, right? And anime means animation, right? But the videotapes in the UK, they said manga on there. That's what we call them, mangas. That's what we call them, even though that may not have been correct, right? Because manga's the comic and anime's like the cartoon adaptation of that comic, I suppose. But all the videotapes that were out, like, so originally, like, I watched Fist of the North Star, and then got your people in school would have them, right? And you'd end up watching, they'd go around the school, as long as you were in that circle of kind of friends, and you would end up borrowing it and watching it. So yeah, the videotapes, definitely, I still remember the logo. It was like a red logo or red circle or two red shapes making half a circle or something, and with then it had black on top with a white font, I think, saying manga. And that we always called them mangas. That's why in my head I'll always call it that. And then I remember after that, man, we started really getting into them. So people would buy them from either Virgin Megastore or a shop called HMV. And what would happen is, I remember, man, we got a Rotsuki Doji. That was disturbing as a kid, man. I'm telling you, like, that was just some weird ass stuff, man. Definitely not very, very inappropriate for me to watch that when I was like, I don't know, 12 or 13, right? But our parents just always thought that these are cartoons. They didn't really know. They weren't really clued up, right? So we got to watch anything. But Rotsuki Doji was just mash up, man. So I actually pressed start there to make it go faster, right? But then I pressed the fast forward as well. I held down the right shoulder button, which makes it go even faster. Oh, wicked. Yeah, no worry. One thing that most people don't know about gaming. Yeah, oh man, yeah. You know what, Nate? It's brilliant. I love the two-player version of the core. I've tested it out. It's superb. Like, again, goes to show how much of a great developer Robert Pape is, man, and how he implemented that. It's in the GBA as well, isn't it? It's in all of the cores. Is it Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance? Like, it's just amazing. So if you want to go out there and play, should we make it red? It seems kind of fitting for this, right? Okay. Hopefully that's not ruining your screens. Is that is the red one, right? Ah, here we go. Okay, that looks that looks nuts. This is a tough game, guys. Like, pretty much everyone I knew had this game for the Game Boy. It was just, I don't know why, everyone just ended up buying it. Very, very cool. I need to play the one, what's it called? The one on the SNES. Demon's Crest. Like that's something I've always wanted to play. I love the way it starts with that big massive dragon and everything, you know. Just, I like the soundtrack for this as well, man. Look at that, even the trees are spooky, man. Ooh, I nearly went on the spikes there. Ah! How come they get to walk on those spikes, man? Don't worry guys, I'll turn the red one off in just a bit, yeah? Ah, okay, cool. Let's go all the way back to original. Yeah, do you know what, Nate? I need to play that, man. And by the way, how's your game going as well, man? I know you've been working your game. What do you think of, oh, rice cake? What do I think of the aluminium pocket? Now, I've not held one, but I like it, man. I like it. Like, look, I'm always down for, look, choices are good, right? You can buy the normal pocket when it's in stock, and people say, oh, it's never in stock. Last time it was in stock for like the best part of a week, like 4 or 5 days later. The white one sold out first. The other one sold out after, right? So, yeah. So, you know, if you want to spend this money on there, now bear in mind, people were selling a shell for, an aluminium shell for 200, right? Then you're paying tax and postage on top of that. So that's kind of in line with that. So some people will say 500 is expensive, right? But again, it's what it's worth to you. You don't have to buy it. Like, I've got 2 Analogue pockets. They're both the plastic ones. I'm good with them, right? If I had the disposable income, like if my wife surprised me and she was like, guess what? I found out you wanted this. I got you one. I'll be like, okay, cool. But there's some people out there that have that disposable income and they're like, you know what? This is for me. I'm going to get it. And that's the thing, right? You want that choice, right? You know, you want the choice. You know, if it offends you, don't buy it, right? You know, be like, cool, you don't have to get it. There'll be some people that will buy it, right? They're very, very popular devices. So yeah, I'm kind of good with it, man. Okay, let's use the fast forward here. Wow, that's a really good intro. I'm not sure. So I played Nemesis, right? Okay, it definitely wasn't this. Okay, this is mad. That thing can't be friendly, right? Should I press fast forward? Ah, look. Okay, I'll press fast forward there. I shouldn't have. It went too fast. But wow, this is quite impressive, right? So there's a radius here where you're kind of, you know, you're being chased by another ship. Almost feels very, very Star Warsy, right? Like I'm the X-wing and I'm being chased by like a Star Destroyer, right? Pro tip: don't use the fast forward button here, yeah, because it goes too fast and you will die. But oh, okay. I thought those stones were going to get me. Oh, man. The edges. The darn edges. Hopefully Analogue will restock like the normal ones as well, which I imagine they will, right? Because if I'm not mistaken, the trend seems to be limited edition, then restock of normal, limited edition, restock of normal, and so on and so forth, right? That's kind of like what it is. Okay, so those stones can't destroy me. I just need to focus on not getting hit by the edge. Okay, so maybe, you know what? Maybe that ship can't even kill me. Maybe it's like harmony of dissonance, right? Where you got that big thing chasing you, but it can't actually harm you. But obviously, when you first play it, your natural instinct is, I need to get away from this. Okay, so wow, this is. So I always go 1 speed. 1 speed is usually what I like. I don't really like it faster than that. Okay, need to get my missiles first. Okay. I thought I chose the two-way. Huh? Okay. Okay, this is interesting. I don't think I like this better than the normal version of Nemesis. Nemesis is banging, man. Used to love it, really like it on the Game Boy. Okay. Let's go laser now. Okay, what we can do after as well is I want to go revisit Link's Awakening just to make sure the saves are good, right? In case, you know, having something like running a few other games, or I wonder if there's a game I can save as well, which will let me save rather quickly in case that affects it. See, one thing about the Nemesis, Gradius, Parodius games is it's all good until you lose a life, right? Once you lose a life and you're at a difficult part of the game, it becomes, you know, 50 times more difficult because you start with no power-ups, right? You might have, if you had like some power-ups you hadn't banked yet or you hadn't used yet, you know, you had them up there. So say you were on where I am now, which is laser, right? You know, now an option, right? So as long as you had something, you'll end up with one, right? So, you know, you might be able to get a speed bonus. But man, trying to fight a boss where, look, I've got two options and I've got lasers now, right? I've got like essentially, you know, let's say lasers are twice the power of a normal shot. With two options, I've got 6 times the fire power now, right? Imagine now trying to do that with 6 times less when you get to a boss. Okay, this is kind of interesting. I was hoping that turned into a boss. Now, I never really liked this shield. I always preferred the one that went around, right? Ooh, okay, I can upgrade the missile. Ah, okay, so I need to get the missile twice to get the two-way. Okay, that makes sense. I was thinking it was just like one choice in there. Guys, this game's not bad, you know. Not bad, not bad. I mean, I'm a sucker for the original Nemesis because I played it. Actually, really funny here. What the first Game Boy I got, because I didn't get my Game Boy on launch. Remember the first Game Boy I got, I can't remember, I traded it with someone and the screen was faulty and it had like lines going across it. You could still play it, but it had like lines going across it, and the game I got with it was Nemesis. I kind of forgot about that whole thing. So I had Nemesis on there and I used to play it with this kind of damaged screen, and I can't remember what I ended up doing with that Game Boy, whether I ended up selling it, because I did get a legit one later. I've told the story on stream before where my aunt gave me a car when I was just a kid. She said, hey, do you want a car? And I ended up selling the car to a mechanic down the road, man, when I was a kid. And, you know, I got enough money to buy myself a Game Boy with Tetris, and it had the headphones. And yeah, man, loved it. And that's why the DMG is always the most special Game Boy to me, right? I prefer it to any other Game Boy out there, man. You can bring out whatever you want, no problem. I'll always be a DMG guy, man. Oh, okay, very kind of generous here with all this stuff. Now, I'm at max level now. Maximum options I can get is 2. I've got a shield. I've got the missiles. So until I lose a life and I go back down, you know, I go from 0 to 0, I'm all good. I'll tell you what I really didn't like in the newer kind of in the newer Gradius or Parodius, or you know, those Konami horizontal shmup games. I hated at the end where you had that one where it gives you that random one, right? And it goes around and you end up getting the one where it just resets you back down to 0. You could even buy that option. Like, that was just crazy for me, man. Now, what I would like, we'll see my shield has shrunk now. What really would be amazing is if I could still, like, if my power-ups were on shield, I could just grow my shield again. Okay, that looks kind of interesting, man. That kind of reminds me of the R-Type boss, right? Okay, let's go, because now I am going to be absolutely crap at this with nothing out there. I wish if there was, see, one thing. Okay, so let's go back to Zelda. So one thing that really kind of annoys me, well, not really annoys me, but when you're doing streams, is you don't have anything decent in attract mode for Game Boy. There's very little games that start showing gameplay. Oh, actually Super Mario Land does, so that might be interesting. Okay, okay, Joseph, I just caught that one. So Manga Entertainment was, okay, the people that distributed it. Awesome. Okay. Games are coming along. We're starting to work on menus. And, oh, wicked. Nice one, man. We'll keep up the good work, man. Like I said, once it's fully done, give me a shout and we'll put it in the Saturday show. It's a pocket made out of pop cans. It's not, again, Mr. Mega Man fan. That's it's very subjective, right? Like, sometimes I've spent money on stuff that's not worth it to anyone. Like, I know people that look at the Analogue Pocket and say, well, it's not worth $200 or $220, right? Because you can just buy yourself an Amber Nick. Again, it's up to each individual what they consider value to be, you know, whether they think it's worth it, you know. Nemesis on the Game Boy was absolute my jam growing up. Wicked, we'll run that after, man. Right. Yeah. Oh, wicked, you bought that one, yeah? Okay. Okay, cool, man. Well, wicked, Nate. Yeah, the 8-bit dough one is good. Honestly, even unmodded, it's fine, right? But for playing Street Fighter, I like it modded. But like I said, the only thing I have with it is when I'm playing Street Fighter, to do my combos on one player side, there's not enough space on the left for my hand to rest comfortably. So, right, okay, so yeah, but overall, it's a very good stick. When I'm playing like Shadow Dancer, I don't know, when Sunset Riders comes out, any of the arcade games on there, apart from Fighters, I'm good playing it. Right, okay, so save's working, man. Save is working. So Buddu 2, if you're around, I've not had an issue with a save yet. But what we can do is maybe we can start like a Pokemon game and I can do 4. Let me save it in here now. Because if I remember correctly, it saves whatever room you're in last, right? So that'd be interesting. Let's test that theory out now. Yep, here I am. Okay. Right, let's run something else now. Let's go Nemesis because yes, I like Nemesis and I feel I should check that one out. Alright. Here we go. Yo, Prime One, thank you very much, man. I feel honored for that, man. Thank you. I'm a YouTuber now. I think that sometimes on turns they're like, okay, he's a YouTuber. I'm like, no, okay, so, but I guess it is. You can't really argue with that, right? Oh, don't forget, there's a Konami. Wow, okay. Oh, could you have 99 lives in this? Oh, wow, okay. Auto shot on, yep. Power shot, yeah, I can work either way. Let's go BA. Yeah, shot. Okay. Oh, okay. I missed my first power. What? You know what? That was terrible. Hey, but I still got 98 lives, right? So, why am I not? Do I have to spam the button then? I have a laser now. Love the soundtrack for this as well, man. Da, 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 da. I like the effect as well. If you look at the floor and you look at the background, they're kind of like going at different speeds and it creates that kind of 3D event, right? Oh, that kind of 3D effect, sorry. You know, not fully 3D, but it's nice, right? What are they called? Parallax scrolling that we had on the SNES? Not quite that, right? But you know what? Not bad either. Right, let me get my option now. Because I should have got that before my shield. I was spamming the button there, but I could have... Right, let's... Seriously, what a masterpiece of a game, man. I love, like, my favourite Game Boy is like my modded DMG, man. I absolutely love it, man. I don't really play it now, and I blame the Analogue Pocket for that, right? You know, I just always end up taking that because I'm like, oh, I can take my DMG and play that. And it's really good as well. The screen on it's really good. I was playing like Zelda Link's Awakening when I took the kids to the park, right? Oh no, I missed my second option. Yeah, it's really, really good. But then I think, well, the Analogue Pocket, if all of a sudden I want to play a CPS2 game, I can. So I end up just taking that everywhere, man. Very, very versatile machine. That new game, Hayati's Journey. Oh, bloody hell. Should have paid attention. All right, let's run something else. Watch out for... Yeah, I just went straight into the volcano, man. This is what I'm talking about. So I had like the speed there. Okay, missiles. Okay. Right, let's run something else a second. Really wish if I had some hidden gems, right? What's Ninja Boy? Oh, Ninja Gaiden Shadow. I'm not sure if I played that one. Do you know what? RT, there's so many DX games coming out, man. It's fantastic, right? Like, I think recently I've got it on here. When we move over to the Game Boy Color. Oh wow, we've been going for like 40 minutes. So we'll move over to the Game Boy Color core in a second. That may open up some more options. It's just I'm a sucker for DMG, man. And you know, Analogue have done such a great job, especially when you're playing in handheld mode, man. That screen, that green screen, it just looks wicked. Oh, I think I have played this before, you know. It's not actually bad. So yeah, guys, hopefully I'll get this new job, right? And if I get this new job, I'm gonna take a little bit of a hit on my money, but it's gonna open me up for a lot more time, man. I'll have a lot more time. You know, I'll be working like 20 hours less a week, man. So hopefully, you know, I can put content out. I won't be doing shift work, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And hopefully, you know, I'm successful in it, right? I don't know if I will be, so I don't like to get too hyped or, you know, too on there. But yeah, I'm good. Hopefully I can get that, because then I can do videos a lot more frequently, right? Because I have a long list of videos I want to do, and then I'm usually restricted by time. FPGA stuff always takes priority, right? But sometimes I have to leave that for like the weekend videos. This is good, guys, by the way. This Ninja Gaiden game is darn good. Wow. Wow, this is really good, man. And it's not too tough. I think I actually have played this before, you know. What a pleasure to play, though. Okay. And definitely easier, right? Oh, okay. I've got like a grappling hook as well. Interesting. So, wow. This is cool. I think this is one of the... Wow, okay. I'm on a boss fight now. Oh, wow, okay. That is wicked. I've got specials as well. Is he going to launch down? Wow, okay guys, this is a recommendation of a game here, man. It does have awesome music, man. Wow. Right, okay, yeah, so RT, like Wario Worlds, like the Wario Land games, I never really played them. They're decent games, but they're not games that I played like growing up. Like, you know, I tried them out later, they're decent, but I've only ever tried them like, oh yeah, like I've tried Ninja Gaiden here, you know, I've played it a little bit and I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. Let me do one more game on here, because I'm trying to think of like absolute gems on here, and there's one gem, and it's an easy one, and you'll know why I thought of this game that I'm about to run, right? Because you'll see the similarity between the Ninja Gaiden and the game I'm about to put on. Can anyone guess what it is? If you can guess what it is, you just win a pat on the back, right? Guys, love this game. Like, you know, Turtles were a bomb back then, and this was just, frankly, this was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Just loved it to bits. So look at some of the chat. Yeah. Oh, cheers, man. Yeah. Occasionally I can do boss fights. Guys, this game was a banger, man. Like, love this game. Love this game so much. You can start with any level, right? And always remember, change the controls to B attack, jump A. At least that's the way I liked it, right? Because in the arcade, if you remember the arcade game, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game had jump first and attack second, and it was a bit annoying. I mean, we got used to it in the arcade, it wasn't an issue, but when I play it now, I make sure I swap jump and attack around, because like for example on the Mister, it goes against every other game that I'm playing, so there's a lot of muscle memory there. And this is really good. If you haven't played this, you have the 4 turtles, so essentially you had 4 lives. As soon as one turtle dies, the next turtle can kind of go in. So let's go Mikey, right? And what we will do as well is, I remember, because you kind of had 5 lives in this, and how you had 5 lives was, you guys have probably guessed it, right? The Konami code. So what's fantastic was, look, if you've done a crouching attack, you'll do a ninja star, and look, it's got the little okay, I didn't get the foot soldier with that. Again, banging soundtrack. So when you jumped up, you've done a flying kick. It does get a little bit harder in the later levels, but yeah, it was good, man. And those ninja stars were wicked. Remember, like jumping up and moving down in attack, thinking, am I going to be able to do mid-air ninja stars? But no, you can't. Honestly, people tell me like some of the sequels are better, but do you know what it is? I never played the sequels growing up, so I've never had the desire to really play them, but I should test them out at some point. But I did say we're getting over to the Game Boy Color next, so we will go to the Game Boy Color. Yeah, this is really good. It's one of my favorites, and I do play this from time to time, man. There's actually I think, is there a DX version out of this? There's definitely a version out, right? I think it might even be a Windows version that they've made, and they've just, you know, colorified it up, and they've given it like a facelift. But I've got a strong liking. I've got a strong bias towards the green screen. In fact, if there was games that were made in color on better formats, I would rather, like, imagine if you had modern games now, right? So what's that game that's come out that's like Rastan, Ara 4 or something? Ara 4? Right, like I would love a game like that, and it gives you an option to turn it into a DMG game, right? Just gives you that crappy green filter. Like I like it that much that I actually run it on modern games sometimes, because you've got options to play around with filters. So what I'll do is I'll run a PlayStation game and I'll run it with a DMG filter. Yes, it looks absolutely terrible, but you know what, I like it. And I think I might even do a stream one day where we can do a different system completely in DMG or something, right? Because it's terrible, but honestly, this is how much I love like the original Game Boy. It's absolutely amazing for me, man. And you know, like with a lot of us, when we play these games, it represents a time in our life, you know, a simpler time where, you know, I had my Game Boy, there's only one TV in the house, so if my mum was watching whatever soap opera or drama that she watched, I had to wait for her to finish before I could get onto whatever console I had. So the Game Boy was just a great way for me to have my individual gaming space, right? And guys, if you remember, right, back in like the late 80s, 90s, you know, now when you travel, I like traveling because, well, actually I don't like traveling, but you know, if I'm on a journey, like a train journey that's 3 hours, right, I think, wow, I can actually sit down and watch a movie, right? I can, you know, provided I'm not with my family, then I'm in parent mode, right, where I can't relax too much. I'm just watching the kids most of the time, right? So, but it's great now, because now you've got whatever, your phone, your tablet, your laptop. You've got so much, you're never bored on a journey. When we were kids, man, sometimes you had nothing to do on a journey. You just had to wait it out. You know, you had the book with you, but you might have read that book. You had a magazine, you might have read that magazine. You had your Walkman. Who remembers like your Sony cassette Walkman when the battery started dying and everything just went really, really slow, right? So, you know, whatever you were listening to, you listened to Michael Jackson. It was, you know, instead of, "Annie, are you okay?" It was a, "Annie, are you oh." Sound like Michael Jackson was having a stroke or something, right? You almost call the emergency services on him. But now, you know, now you're just not bored, right? So back then, when you had a Game Boy and you had like a few batteries with you, you know, smart kids, they had rechargeable batteries and they would carry extras with them, right? And no, every journey became fun, man. My cousin, when he went on long journeys, man, his dad, like, he had Atari Lynx with a charger plugged into, you know, the cigarette lighter port, right? Before we kind of turn this off, what was the Konami code? Up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, B. There you go, look at that. We got a health back. So back then, the Konami code was pretty much in every game, man. So that was fantastic. So let's now go over to the GBC core. But And do you know what? We can run a Pokemon game. I know, was it Joseph that mentioned one of the later Pokemons? And I'm not into Pokemon, but hopefully, let me just make sure I am on the right call. Yep. So here you guys, you can see we're the 26th today. He actually updated this yesterday. In fact, he actually updated this today, but I think because of the time difference, I was in today, but Buddu 2 was in yesterday. I actually really like how this has come out now, right? Like, so I've cut a lot of the screen because, you know, when you put the Analog Pocket on dock mode, it goes to like my TV's aspect ratio, which is 16:9. But I've cut it to like more of a Game Boy aspect ratio, but I've got all the information there regarding it. I wonder if that's done purposely, but either way, fantastic. Right, let's now run that. Oops, sorry, doing the buttons the wrong way around. I get confused sometimes, you know, like stuff like the Steam Deck. When I'm playing Xbox games, it's like the south button is to go forward, but when I'm doing stuff on the Analog Pocket, the east button is the one that that lets you go forward. So there's always a lot of confusion on there. There's actually a few games. Let me run this Super Chinese Fight EX. Yeah, like for example, I tried playing the Telltale Batman games. Like I like the Telltale games, you know, like what's that one? The Wolf Among Us, The Walking Dead, even the Borderlands one. But I tried playing the Batman one, but when the button prompts are coming up now, my brain is so mangled. I'm thinking, is this X on the Switch or is this X on the Xbox, right? Because I've got the game for the Switch and I ended up buying it later as part of like a Humble Bundle where I got all the Batman games, and like I just can't play it. I'm too confused, man. PlayStation, I should do it with PlayStation prompts, right? They work really, really well because, you know, triangle's always triangle. You haven't got a different triangle anywhere. I used to have these. Oh, wicked. Yeah, man. Those were pretty awesome, Raheem, man. Like they were fun. Like obviously the Game Boy was superior, but I do remember playing some of them where you had like where 1001 brick game. Yeah, you pretty much had like all the different versions of Tetris. Yeah, okay, listen. So when was this actually released? I didn't even check. Okay, so you can play this on a link cable. But guys, what I'm going to do, where I mentioned I've got a trip to Saudi next week, I will have a couple of days in there where I can move around a bit. I'll be in the city of Medina. What I might do is I might just announce it in the news video tomorrow. And if anyone wants to meet up and they've got an Analog Pocket, I'll bring my link cable. I'm quite happy to play like 2 players, right? On a fighter or something, man. Or any of the games on there, even like Tetris, man. But people are really good at Tetris. Like, I'm going to have to go Ryu, man. My boy Ryu. Okay, what more? Are we... Okay. Hey, that don't look like no Ryu, man. That looks like 2 Chuns to me, but okay, cool. Okay, that was a fireball with kick. Oh, wow. Okay, I thought... instead of a dragon punch, it's got a dragon kick. Oh, wow, that's the hurricane kick. Wow. Nice. Okay, this is a good game. I don't know if this is a bootleg or a hack or something. I was like looking around, right, on for some hacks. And guys, a really, really good website. Like I don't post links to it or anything, but CD Romance, man. If you guys don't know, check that one out. I mean, obviously I use archive.org as well for stuff. I don't post links to any of that stuff, just so, you know, legally I don't get myself into any issues. But, you know, we can talk on live stream. But CD Romance is a very, very good source for getting stuff. This game is really good, man. Look at that. That's like a Benny Maru's move from King of Fighters. The only criticism so far is sometimes it takes a while to turn around. This kind of reminds me, man, watching Evo this year, the third strike final. It was nuts, man. That guy Heyo, the Hugo player, absolutely amazing, man. If you haven't seen it, go onto YouTube and put in like, you know, Hugo Evo 2K4, and you'll get so many videos where people have like edited and just done so much stuff out there. Guy was amazing, man, a true showman. I mean, I would have felt a little bit intimidated playing against him because, you know, you're playing, you're doing your best, and he's out there just destroying you, man. And he's doing the splits and he's mimicking the moves, and, you know, I'm sure, like, yeah, I mean, it made a great show, but man, like, you know, even the opponents he played against and beat weren't sour or anything, but wow, man, that could mentally affect you, right? You could be essentially almost winning, but when you've got someone doing stuff like that around you, that could really, really mentally affect you, man. I remember it was nice to see Punk winning, right? Punk won Street Fighter 6. Sorry, I'm getting a bit too in-depth into Street Fighter stuff here. But yeah, Punk, very, very good player, you know, very, very good in Street Fighter 5 Season 1. And then they kind of nerfed his character, made him a little bit worse. But he should have won the first Evo with Street Fighter 5. But when he played against Tokido, is like a veteran player that's been playing for a long time. Tokido just got in his head. You could see it. He got into his head and Punk just got nerves and he was mentally destroyed. You could just see he started playing. You could see from his sprite, right, or the character animation, he was playing scared. So it was really nice to see Punk win on this occasion, right? I mean, the guy deserved it. He's been grinding it for a long time and he's a very, very good player. I guess it kind of fits, right, because we're playing a fighting game. Let's just check the next character. I really hate the fact that we get Raheem. I wouldn't say my Ken is a beast in there, man. I wouldn't really say Ken is a beast sorry, I wouldn't say my Ken is a beast. No, you know what it is? It's just sometimes I'll come across people that are a lot better and I'll get whacked out, and then sometimes I'll come against people that are on my level or below me, and you know, I'll do a little bit better. So yeah, I'm definitely not good because, you know, the people that I play against, or like my friends, they're on some next level, man. You know, the kind of their mentality on games is and how they deal with stuff is just it's nuts, right? I've spoken to them. I said, you know, I'm losing to this guy. What can I do? And they spot a weakness in my game that I don't even know myself, and they spot a weakness in the other guy's game, which they then tell me. And honestly, I can exploit. And sometimes it's something very, very simple. I just don't see it. And when we're talking about competitive Street Fighter stuff, man, you hear, oh, Bud Dude 2 developers in the house. Sorry, before we talk Bud Dude 2. Raheem Masters is very, very good at fighting games, man. Raheem, what was the recent event you went to? Was it Combo Breaker or CEO? I can't remember, but I remember you went to it, man. So that was props to you, man, for entering that. Those things aren't easy, but it's always a great experience entering a tournament. Right, okay, we have got Bud Dude 2 in here, man. Bud Dude, first of all, thank you for you know, working and the work that you do, man. The community really does appreciate you, man. They appreciate the work you do. You're awesome. Like the fact that, you know, you provide me early access to stuff and you let me do videos. I had no intention of doing this as a stream, but then in the early hours of this morning or the late evening for you, when you were like, oh, here's a test build, I was like, all right, we'll do this. We'll do it as a stream because, you know, test stuff makes for very, very good streams, right? Let's run another game. Bud Dude 2, let me know what game you want to see. Oh, Red Bull Kamute, nice one. Yeah, so Bud Dude 2, let me know what game you would like to see, man. So what have I got here? I've got different hacks here, and I like looking at hacks. So what we got here? Oh, someone said Mega Man 5 was the best one on the DMG. So we're looking at the DX version, the colored version of it, right? So this is, I imagine, the black and white one, and it's been made color. So awesome. Wicked. Yo, Alan, how you doing, man? We are good, man. We're good. Just kind of glad, man. Like, I'm off work for a couple of weeks. You know, I've got my Friday off, but my first Friday off that I have, because I finished night shift, I call it crackhead mode. There's no other thing about it. Even my wife knows. I tell her, look, don't hit me with complicated questions. You know, don't make plans for the day unless we have no other option, right? If we can't get out of it and there's an appointment for the kids or there's something, if not, this is the day that I chill. But for some reason, live streaming is very, very relaxing. Like, I really do enjoy it, man. I just see it as a social thing, man. It's nice to hang out and chat. Honestly, gaming is the least of the thing on here. It's just hanging out, man. That makes it good. Yeah, wicked. But Dude 2, where are you, man? We need you to tell us a game, man. We've got to play a game for the person that's working so diligently on these calls, right? And I know you're trying to work on features. I know sometimes people you know, demand stuff. What's the right word? Not too respectfully and everything, but you deal with everything in the community really, really well. So we're gonna do the next game for Bud Dude 2, man, of your Game Boy or your Game Boy Color Core. So guys, I have to say, I like the fact that Mega Man 5 has this attract mode at the beginning, because with the Game Boy stream, it makes it difficult, because when I'm doing an arcade stream, I can just go off chat, read the chat, respond to stuff and everything. All good, you know what I mean? Because you've got some eye candy, but on a lot of the Game Boy, especially the DMG games, they just stay on that that title screen, man, and they flash for a second, and the music repeats again, and it goes around. Okay, so something's happening from space. And again, this is going to be Mega Man. It's going to be too tough, and I don't have the perseverance to try and play it. Now that sprite or that Mega Man there looks cool, man. So I wonder how the chromatic's going to do, man. It seems a lot of people do like it. I'd love to get like a review unit of that, right? I have actually sent them an email via the website on the contact saying, look, I cover FPGA stuff on the channel. I'd love to show this on the channel. Think about me for a review unit. But you know what? I got a response back saying that they've had so many demands that they may not be able to do them. Well, yeah, sure, Rice Cake. You know what? Let's do Shantae. If I forget, right? I've got a pen. Let me get a pen out and I'll write some stuff down, because like I legit forget all this stuff. So Shantae. Oh, that's really good. That got ported over, right, to modern machines, and I think that was Modern Vintage Gamer that did that. So Shantae's good, man. I really like it on the 3DS. Like I pulled out my 3DS and my Vita the other day, and I took them to work, and I thought, let me see if anything's new out. But honestly, there wasn't really much new stuff out that I wanted. I've kind of got them in a state where I want them. And my PS Vita, I must have left it on standby mode because the battery was so dead. I had to leave it connected to a charger for like a couple of hours before the battery started to kind of work again. The 3DS was fantastic. Like I just turned it on, it was at 60% battery, and it just remained. So, you know, I turned it on and I played it, and I remembered, so I played some of the Sega classics on there, but the Shantae version on the 3DS, I really like the new 3DS, man. I know some people go with a 2DS, but man, the 3DS is just, I love the 3D on it, man. Not the original 3DS, because that one you can't move. You have to look into that damn screen and not that. Oh, Burai Fighter. Oh, okay. You know what? Sorry, I've just seen a message from Badu too. So dropping what I'm saying. Burai Fighter. You know what, Badu 2? Yeah, man, we're friends, because that's one of the games I had now. I had it on the DMG, so we'll go back to the DMG core unless there's a color version out as well. I really liked that game because I was a big fan of Forgotten Worlds, and that game reminded me of that somewhat, right? And it was one of the games I had on the Game Boy, and I always tried completing it, and I don't actually remember if I completed it or not, right? So you know what, we're gonna go to that right now. So let's go. All right, I don't think it's gonna be here. No, okay, we're gonna go back to the Game Boy core. So it was one of the games I actually bought, and I remember why I bought Burai Fighter, right? Because Burai Fighter, it was cheaper than the other games. So let's say, for example, I wanted to buy Mario Land, right? And I did eventually buy Mario Land, but Super Mario Land, by the way, that's a fantastic game. That might have been like 25 or 30 pounds, but Burai Fighter was less than 20. In fact, it may have even been like 15 pounds or something, right? So I bought it, and out of one of the cheaper games that I bought, I thought it was really good. Now I hope, like, when I try and play Forgotten Worlds now with, you know, it's supposed to be Burger Time I was going to put on. When I try and play it now with a normal controller without it is difficult, right? So hopefully this isn't too difficult. But this game was really good. You're that flying kind of spaceman, very similar. It reminded me of Forgotten Worlds, right? But it wasn't. And wow, it had a versus mode, which I don't remember at all, right? We're definitely gonna go Eagle, right? Okay. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, controls are good. You can just lock it. Here we go. I got myself a laser. What did the other button do? Can't remember now. Yeah, this is a good darn game, man. But dude, too, you got good taste, man. And you know what? Again, this is the type of game I will play. Don't want to get caught down there. But this is the type of game I would actually like to play on the Game Boy, right? Because I can play it for like 15-20 minutes, get like a nostalgia kick, a buzz, and I'm not highly invested. One of the things, and you know, Video Game Esoterica will attest to this as well, right, is when you start doing YouTube videos, you find most of the time you end up doing videos, right? So you're playing for videos. You end up actually not gaming too much, and that's why, like, I've been playing like Outrun on actually, I've got it on too many devices now. I should just stick it on one and stick to it. But I've been playing like Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast. As far as like a game with a campaign, and I'll still say it, the last one that I completed was Metroid Dread. You know, I need to complete something else at some point. I've tried doing like the Final Fantasy remake on the ROG Ally. I've tried doing Cyberpunk 2077 again on the ROG Ally, because I spend so much time right in front of my PC, kind of, you know, my laptop, my workstation where I am now, that when it comes to actual gaming, I don't want to game on here. So that's why I always game on handhelds, man. You know, there's other pleasurable things you can do in bed, but gaming is definitely, you know, in the top 3. Right, again, yeah, man. I can't remember if there was bosses in this game where you just end up doing a level. I can't remember. I don't remember there being bosses, but, you know, I don't remember a lot from back then. And I haven't played this game for a long time. Long time. I may have played... Oh, okay. I like how you explode there. That's pretty cool. Oh, I've left my mister on. I forgot. So what I did was, when I was adding that Haturo's Journey, that new kind of Mega Drive game that came out, Hayato's Journey, I think it's called. So when I was... oh, I need to go around the other side, I think. So when I was doing Hayato's Journey, I was putting on the Analogue Pocket, and I just turned my mister on so I can do it over the network. But what's really bad is when I put stuff on the mister over the network, I often forget to turn my mister off, right? Because I'm not actually looking at the display, but I just saw like a flashy light coming from the mister, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's on. So yeah, I would like to do a video on that Hayato's Journey, right? Hopefully I'm not butchering the name. I think that's what it's called. Oh, that's cool. Look at that, missile's always going forward. That's interesting. So you can essentially... Let me get an M again. Does it power it up? Maybe not. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if that's the optimal way to do it, man. I've got missiles coming out my back and I've got shots coming out of my gun. Good soundtrack as well. Da, 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 da. Nice. Oh, okay. Let's see. I'm kind of enjoying this. Bugdo 2. Hey, I need to finish restoring my cocoa. Free. Okay, sorry. I read cocoa first. I thought you're going to make yourself a cup of cocoa and somehow you're going to restore that. Yeah, I don't have many games on cartridge, but this is one of the ones that I wouldn't mind, right? If I went to I need to go to London gaming market again, man. Like when I went there, I picked up some cheap games, man. I mean, just stuff that I used to have as a kid, right? I had like for example, like I had WWF. I can't remember if it was Superstars or not exactly what it was called. But yeah, I picked the cartridge up and I mean, it was only like £4 or something. It was very, very cheap. So, you know, and it was cart only. And I'm all right. I don't really want the boxes. I haven't really got anywhere to put them, right? So there's a few games I wouldn't mind on cart. And do you know what? I know this is going to sound sad. But on my actual Game Boys, I use flash carts, right? Like an Everdrive or the Easy Omega one. But on the Analogue Pocket, I like having a cartridge on the back. I just think it looks really, really cool. You know, I think at the moment on one of them, I've got Wario Land. I can't even remember what I've got on the other one. I used to have Tetris on one of them, but I gifted one of my friends a Game Boy, man, because he was very, very kind. Yeah, I wanted to, you know, he grew up playing a Game Boy as well. So I had the Game Boy unmodded. So I gave him that with Tetris on there, you know, to recreate that original nostalgic experience. So I actually need to pick up Tetris again at some point. It was a shame. I used to have a market, like not even half a mile, a quarter of a mile from where I live. And every Sunday, like, I'd go there like maybe 5-6 times a year, and sometimes I'd find some random Game Boy games on there, in there. So I found like Mario Land, Kirby, and one of the Kirby games anyway, and I found a few up there, but it got closed out. So it does have bosses, right? So it actually got closed down because because a lot of stolen items were being sold there, right? And it was apparent when you went into this place, right? You just saw like tools upon tools and tools, and you think, you know what? I don't think these are legit. Something dodgy about these tools. And the police investigated it, and they realized a lot of stolen items were getting fenced off there, right? People were selling them there. So yeah, they closed it down. I really do hope when it opens up again, maybe they'll have a rule in there that you're not allowed to sell like tools, right? We're talking like, you know, tradesman tools, right? Saws and like electrical stuff and all that stuff, man. All right, I'm gonna have to put another game. Let's have a look. What else have we got? All right. Oh, okay. There's a bit of chat. Let's see. Let's go back to the color core because we've done a bit of DMG. But you know, Buddu 2 was in the house and he asked for a Game Boy DMG game, and that is what we done. So yeah, hopefully that market will open soon because it's nice finding. Oops, I've just ran the same. What have I ran again? Oh no, I've ran the Mega Man games. So let's see what other ones we've got. Okay, so we've got the Metroid 2 colorization. Oh, Ninja Judge. Okay, Retro Collection Switch. So this may have been the ROM that I spoke about that Tariq gave me that he ripped himself out of the Switch. Was Wario Land, and I think it was Wario Land Super Mario. Oh, cool. Oh, wicked. I really like. Do you know what, Buddu 2? I really liked the original Mario Land. Well, don't worry, we'll go back to it. We'll check out the stuff there. In fact, unless we've got a color version of it, that'll be interesting. I think this is the same game, right? So we looked at this earlier, the DMG version. Now, as much as I like the color version, like I like the DMGs. Always my first choice. However, I never played this game growing up, so I don't have the nostalgia for the DMG version, right? So this is actually they've actually done a really good job with the colors on this. I mean, I'm talking as a colorblind person, right? Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, this looks good. Sometimes colors that I like, people just say that they look terrible and they're whack, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, you're hitting a lot of horses here, man. Okay. Again, yeah, good colorization this. Right, so let's go. Let's see if we've got Wario Land here. Okay, look, Buddu 2. So we've got the enhanced graphic ones, right? So what was the one you said? Let's have a look at chat. Super Mario Land 3. Okay, cool. Here we go. Have a look at the DX version. So these are all available, right? You can either, so you can go on a website like romhacking.net, and what you can do with romhacking.net, you can download patch files, and they're very, very easy to patch, right? Because you've got an online patcher on romhacking.net. You can also go to a site like romhackings.org, which is newer. So it doesn't have as many hacks, but it is a good site. But RHD and romhacking.net, if you download the patch from it, in fact, you don't even have to download it. It's got an online patcher, right? Which means you can patch the game directly from the website. You go on, I can't remember. It's very easy to find the option in the menu. You select it, or you select the online patcher, then you point it towards your ROM, and that's it. It will patch it for you and give it to you. If not, you can find these pre-patched as ROMs on places like archive.org and CD Romance. CD Romance is a very, very good resource, guys. I actually need to play the Virtual Boy core a little bit more. When I did take my new 3DS, the big one, out, I realized that the Virtual Boy core, I'd only put it on my small new 3DS, like the small white one. And the only reason I've got that is my kid just wasn't using it, so I'm using it for now. But when they get older, I'll give it to them. So when they get that nostalgia, they get that nostalgia kick. Because at the moment, all they care about is their laptops and Minecraft. They rarely even play their Switches. Okay, am I hitting blocks? Can I? I was hoping to pick something up and... Okay. Okay, surely can't. I'm gonna have to back attack him. Again, like these DXs, right? So because I never really played this game as a kid, it's not something, you know, for me, like, okay, this is what I'm thinking the game looks like. I'm not sure if I've played this before, in fact. Like, I've played some of the Wario Land games, but again, I played them after. There was a Wario Land Bomberman game that was quite good, and I'm not sure if that was, oh, I'm going to chuck that at his buddy. Here you go, buddy. Yeah, there was a Wario Land Bomberman game. That was good. That was good. Okay, you know what? Let's, for comparison now, let's go and run the Game Boy version, right? So let's run Game Boy handheld, and let's go back out. Let's just see how much of a difference it is, right? Oh, okay, here we go. Wario Land, Super Mario Land 3. That's the one, right? Let's have a look. Hey, Mister, you're colorblind PCG. Are you supposed to do PCN because I might have to diagnose you as dyslexic? Yeah, no, I'm colorblind, but you know what, guys? A vast amount of you know, NPC, non-playable character, these calls ever going to get updated with sleep support? Maybe they will, right? Who knows? Just hold tight, you know. They may do. Right, let's go and run on this. Okay, so here we go. We can see, wow. Yeah, so guys, which one do you prefer? Because look, if I played this ground up, like I would want this version, right? You know, I like the other versions. It's like I sometimes want to play like the Redux version of Link's Awakening, but for me, I'm like, nah, you know what? I want to play the version I grew up with. So I always end up going to the DMG one, right? But that's a lot of nostalgia. But where I don't have nostalgia for this, I mean, Buttdo 2, which one, if you were to play this now, would you rather play the one you had as a kid, or would you rather play like the DX one with all the color stuff happening in there, right? He can jump quite high for a big guy. But you know, the guys really do a great job doing the recolor stuff. Okay, maybe I need to jump on something to get up there. Not quite sure. Okay, interesting. Let's go back to the color core now. But it's nice to see the difference, right, between the two. Yeah, see, Buttdo 2, you played it as a kid, so yeah, I get that, and that's why with stuff like Link's Awakening, Tetris, Super Mario Land, I just go with the DMG ones, man, and that's, you know, I really feel the Analogue Pocket in handheld mode does such a great job of delivering that DMG experience that I've put my Game Boy away. And one thing I like about putting like stuff like the Game Boy away, there's no batteries in there. I can, you know, rechargeable batteries whenever I want in there. So, right. So yeah, man, I always go, the games that I played as a kid, I like them as DMG. It's very rare that I would play like a DX version of it. I mean, I appreciate the work that's done. So if I haven't played the game, then I might want to check it now. In this one here, what? Hold on. That's not the beginning. That is completely changed. Oops, sorry, I'm playing it with what's going on here? Can I? Okay. So this has got Super Mario. Super Mario World X, right? Okay. You know what? There's one thing that was kind of decent in here, which was Mario's not as slippery in these ones, right? Wow, I can't even smash those blocks. This is some troll one here, guys. Yeah, I'm not playing this. There's a DX version of the original one. Hopefully I've got that in here. Oh, I have got it here. Right, okay. Super Mario Land DX. I don't know what that was. That was like a little offbeat thing of it. Okay, no, you know what, RT, that makes sense. I guess it's always down to choice. Like we were talking about earlier, would you spend 500 on an Analog Pocket, right? You know, some people won't, but some people will. It's kind of choice. So you may have grown up with a DMG version, but you may like the DX version. So, you know, I kind of like this one as well. But again, I would go back to the original version that I played, right? Because that is what I played. Now, the Goombas in there don't look quite right, do they? Look, when the Goombas, I don't know. Something just feels off about them. Yeah, see, again, like, if I was to play it, I would play like the DMG version. It's too different for me. I don't get the nostalgia kick from this, man. And I don't think there's a DX version out there where I get a nostalgia kick from. I mean, it's nice to have a look at, and like I said, I definitely appreciate it. But yeah, man, I'll go DMG all day long. People speak about like the second part like very, very highly. So I never played the second part back in the day. So if I was to play that, I'd likely play the DX version. If they've given it a color makeover, it's like, why not? Why not play that one, right? Okay, so the bonus stage in this was good, right? We got the thing in the ladder. I can't remember if there was skill to it or whether it was luck. My favourite bonus stage ever was though. Okay, my favourite bonus stage ever was Super Mario Brothers 2, man. That fruit machine. I could always get 2 cherries. It was in the third one. The third one was very, very tricky to get. That's actually a good test for, you know, input latency. If you know the timing for that, and you don't get it, you know, it's very, very difficult to get the 2 cherries on an emulator. But, you know, something like the Analog Pocket or the Mister, yeah, you're good. Remember the first time you played it, you're trying to grab the shell, but the shells are exploding. Right, let's have a look at another DX game. What else have we got? Okay, Super Mario Land. Okay, is that a different one? All right. So here's Spanky's Quest, right? So I never had this on the Game Boy. But I saw the DX version when I was collecting some stuff for this stream, right? So I thought to myself, you know what? Let me check this out, because I had this on the Super Nintendo. And again, the reason I had this on the Super Nintendo, when all games were like between 40 and 60 pounds, this game was like 20 pounds, and it kind of looked all right. And I ended up buying it. What's this? To try it myself. I'll be heading out. Yeah, no worries, man. Mr. Mega Man fan, have a good journey out wherever you're going. You have to play Tetris on the DMG screen mode. It's the law. Oh, absolutely, man, absolutely. Do you know what? I do recommend though, Badu, too. Try the Rosie retrospective ROM hack. It's really good. It's still the DMG Tetris, but it gives you stuff like hard drop and hold, and it looks exactly like the original Tetris. So I do play that one quite a bit, but everything goes back to DMG Tetris. I know there was versions of Tetris out before that, but I never played those, man. The first time I played Tetris was on the Game Boy, and you're thinking, man, why am I playing a puzzle game? But man, it was the puzzle game. Like these days, I don't really think of like buying a puzzle game for a console or computer. Like, you know, from a modern kind of perspective, I can't remember what to do here. Okay, so I bounce the bubbles. Okay. So I didn't know this was a popular enough game to kind of do a DX version of, but I guess it must have been, right? But yeah, sorry, going back to like the puzzle games. Puzzle games, like, I feel that they work quite well on mobile, right? They're not something that I would Okay. Look. You know what? There is something that's been worked on, by the way, RT. Let's see if I've got it here. It may not be in hacks. Okay, so Castlevania Adventure. There is actually, let me see, where is it? Where is it? Is it under here? Ooh. Oh, here we go. So this is, okay, someone's made Castlevania Circle of the Moon. It's only a demo. It's not fully complete yet, but it works. It works really well, man. There's actually a Metroidvania that there's a Metroidvania that I want to play. And it's called Good Boy Galaxy. So that kind of looks like, so here we go. We've got Castlevania Circle of the Moon. And like, you know, I always look at these games and I think, like, imagine in the era of the Game Boy Color, right? We didn't have a Game Boy Advance or anything. Imagine having this. Let me just turn my mister off quickly. Look at that. The start just starts there. And okay, we don't have sound. Okay, we don't have music, but we do have sound effects. Look at that, man. Circle of the Moon on the darn Game Boy, man. Okay, I do like the soundtrack in this game. Okay, so I think like someone discovered a glitch in this to you can't even crouch in this at the moment. So very early kind of beta thing, right? Where are we now? Oh, the sound is there. Where's those? Where are those like snake things at the top? This was like one of my favorite games when the GBA came out, man. I'm not sure if it was a launch game. It was definitely near launch, and like getting this was just absolutely banging. Yeah, look, the map's exactly the same now. Could be a, yeah, here we go, dead end over here. Can I spin the whip? No, I can't spin the whip. I can't crouch, I can't spin the whip, so stuff's missing, but yeah, wow, man. Yeah, what a banger of a game, man. I really hope this gets completed. I mean, it'll be a big job to do. Okay, so we've got a sub-weapon. Oh, got leveled up. All right, then. I wonder if we've got that, you know that boss, that little flying demon thing, and you've got different versions. You've got like the fire, you've got the earth version. I can't remember if that's in here or not. I mean, it'd be impressive if it is. Impressive, sorry, if it is. I really like the soundtrack for this. Oh, hold on. Can I run? No, it's the same speed, right. Oh, there you go. Just clocked the demo. This is bloody good, man. Oh, wicked. Oh, Nathan Graves, wicked, man. Same character as you. All right, yeah. Right, let's see. Let's see what else we got here. There's some really good. Okay, Silent Hill 2? Should we have a look at this? I don't remember it, but you know what? Let's have a look. Okay, so what's the latest one? December. Okay. Okay, let's go December 2021. So we had like a Resident Evil game for the Game Boy Color, right? I don't think it was. I don't know if it was released. The ROM's definitely out there, so you can like grab that ROM. So let's have a look at this. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go easy, man. The riddle level are even easier, man. I really liked Silent Hill 2 on the PS2. Like, the game's wicked. I'm looking forward to the remake of that. I really hope Konami do as good a job as Capcom did with like the remakes. Very good. Silent Hill 1 was good, but I never completed it. Silent Hill 2, I completed it, man. Okay. That foggy town. Oh, come on. Just stop talking to me, man. Oh, I can use fast forward. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, just pressing select here. What does select do? All right, cool. Is that a map? Oh, that's the letter, right? Okay. Let's get out. No, no. Let me get back out. Here we go. Okay, cool. Okay, there's a map in my car. Again, very, very interesting. I kind of like these demakes, man. I don't think this ever got completed. You know, I never saw it pop back up on my radar. Maybe it has. Maybe I've missed it. I do miss stuff as well from time to time. Let's have a look. What time have we got? Oh, we've been doing an hour and 30 minutes already. I think about another half hour, and we'll wrap things up. But yeah, this is a slow burner, man. Let's get out of here. Oh, okay. Game saved. Saved it by looking in a well. Well, let's walk along, see if we come across any creatures. I mean, we're in a graveyard now, right? Ooh. Yeah, shouldn't really go. I mean, what would you do if you should be getting graveyard at night? And if you meet a lady in there, guys, don't be desperate. You'll find a woman out there, man. Like, don't speak to the ones in the graveyard. If they're there in the middle of the night, something is definitely up with them, man. But well, yeah, there's a lady in a graveyard in the middle of the night. There's definitely something a little bit fishy there, right? I mean, to be honest, anyone, male, female, whoever you are, if you're in a graveyard at night, something's up. Yeah, let me just get out of here. Just stop talking to me. I'm looking for someone. So I thought I'd come to a graveyard. She's looking for her mama. Could that be your daughter? Ah, you know what? I've had enough. Let's run the next one. The talking just never ends. Okay. So look, GBC art gallery. Okay, that was interesting. Combat Halo. We looked at the other day. I did a video on that. Metroid Demake was interesting. This is quite good for any kind of Monster Hunter fans out there. I thought the guy did a decent job with this when I had a look at it. I'm looking forward to Monster Hunter. I'm looking forward to Monster Hunter Wilds, man, next year. I think that's a game that I'll try and take time out. I might actually start streaming that game on places like Twitch. What's going on here? Has it crashed on me? Let me load it again. And maybe not go to continue. Let's still look. What have I missed? What are the big chances? Oh, what are the big changes? Well, of course, there's no major changes, my dude, Lewis. So what it is Badu 2 was a little concerned that it may delete people's saves. So we're testing it to see if it deletes saves. And to be honest, I've not done a great job of that because I only really play stuff in short bursts. So I don't really play games, you know, I haven't invested hundreds of hours on a Pokemon game, right? So yeah, maybe someone else that's testing it will do a better job. All I did was I ran a save on Link's Awakening, and yeah, that's worked. So there's nothing major in here. Oh, I just forgot I can't fast forward this. Let me check my phone. I just want to see if we've got a JT Friday yet, because Hotego said the JT Friday will be a little bit late. And Chris's Retro Gaming, who might still be on the stream, but was speaking earlier on in the stream. That's my buddy Terminator 2K2. He was saying it. He was kind of hinting towards Sunset Riders. So that'd be interesting if Sunset Riders was to get released, right? Right, I'm pressing forward here. Right, okay. Okay. So is that my house? Oh, look at that. I got my house here. Do I save the game here? Oh, that's a little, what's it? A Poogie. Okay, interesting. All right, enough of this. Getting a little bit bored with that. Let's put on something. Okay, let's go back out. What else have we got? Let's run a normal game, right? Let's run a normal game on Game Boy Color, guys. So I'll go through there. I did have some experience with the Game Boy Color, more was with the DMG. I remember this game. This game was, I remember it being very good. I remember it kind of being like maybe considered a little bit of a technical marvel at the time. But one thing I know about the vast majority of the Alone in the Dark games is they just ended up being disappointing, right? Whenever I think of that title, the next thing or the thought that comes to mind is disappointment, right? So whether it was this one, whether it was the one on the PlayStation 1 or the PlayStation 2, they weren't that good. There's a recent one that came out actually, probably on PC. It probably came out on PlayStation and Xbox as well, but I never pay attention to those consoles. I don't have them. I'll game on PC if I do, right? But yeah, always disappointment. The nitty-gritty, I moved the, oh, here you go, look, Lewis moved the, okay, so from Badu 2, the nitty-gritty is, I moved the RAM for the cartridge module from inside the FPGA to one of the chips on the pocket outside of the FPGA. Okay, so there you go, man. Thanks Badu 2. Right, let's have a look at this, and oh no, why am I putting on games that are doing all the talking and stuff? Guys, these kind of graphics were good. You know, you look at it on a smaller screen, man. This was cutting edge on your Game Boy at the time. You're like, wow, like I got some real graphics here. You know, I'm gonna have to run. Oh wow, look at that. Okay, maybe this weren't that bad then. Don't remember too much about it, right? Am I? Wow, so many interruptions. Just let the game flow a bit, guys. What was down here? Okay, this is impressive somewhat for a Game Boy game, right? Okay, so I've got Aline calling me. All right, so let's go with a Pokemon game, right? So, and hopefully we can get a save on it, and let's have a look. So, all right. Okay, so let's go Crystal version. And let's see, and hopefully we can get a save going on it, because it'll be good, and because even if it does, hopefully it won't break and everything's good. If it does break later, I can always check it, and I can always report it to Badu 2 at a later time. You know what? How can you not like Pokemon games, man? I never played these ones back in the day, but you know what? They're sick games, man. They're really good games, I have to say. Let me just put that down a little bit. Yeah, I've got to say, I like the game. I really properly got into them on the 3DS. I did play them in between a little bit, but I think the first one I properly completed that wasn't an emulation or a phone, which was Pokemon Yellow, was what was the first one? X and Y. That's it. Yeah, I really enjoyed those, man. I even played them like multiplayer online, which I thought was really good. You know, those level 50 kind of battles, right? But then I found out there's this thing called EV training, right? Where it's got hidden stats that you can kind of boost up, and you have to bring them up a certain way. And I don't know, it got too deep for me, man. By the way, Badu 2, does the real-time clock work? Because I've never used it. I don't really play these games on here, so I'm pressing fast forward now. The fast forward does work really well. So yeah, these are the games that use RTC, and is RTC working? I am not quite sure. I never really look into it because I never intend to use it or play this really. Wow, talk about the price of Pokemon games, man. They are really expensive. Someone actually posted a very oh, okay, so RTC should work. Wicked. There you go, guys. RTC should work. Someone posted like a very unethical tip. They said if you buy fake Pokemon cartridges off AliExpress and you buy fake Pokemon cards, and what you do is you run like a yard sale or a car boot sale or whatever, right? And what you do then is you know, when someone comes up to you and they're like, oh, you got a Pokemon game, you go, yeah, you know, this is off my kids, they moved out, they left these cards and all of this, and people will try and hopefully get one over you thinking, oh, you know what, you're I'm getting myself a bargain here. I'm buying some cards that are potentially worth thousands, but you're selling them dud things. I'm not recommending that you guys do that, right? But I did find it very, very funny because, you know, like I was saying, I go to like a market, and if I find Game Boy games in there, I'm like, yeah, cool. No one really opens them up and checks them to see if they're legit or anything. So if someone's there and they start giving you, let's say there's a Pokemon game cart only that goes for, I don't know, let's say it goes for like £150 cart only, and someone says to you, look, I can't take less than 50 for it. You know, if you're really after it, you might go for it. Hopefully you'll be clued up enough to know you're not buying a fake. But I think it was like unethical pro-life trips. Right, we're Friday today. Unethical pro-life trips, and I found that quite funny, especially the one with the Pokemon cards. Instead, if you buy the fake ones from AliExpress, you can yeah, let's just say, yeah, so yeah, you can try and palm them off, but don't do that. Okay, so this, I guess this is where the real-time clock stuff comes into it. I've never played this game before. I think, was this one of the ones that got released on the Nintendo Switch, or was that Pokemon Silver, where you could buy it off the eStore? I'm not sure how many of the features it had. I actually wonder if the Switch version lets you trade online, because I don't see any point of playing it on a Switch unless it gave you additional features like that. But I can imagine Nintendo just not giving you anything extra, just giving you an offline version of the game, which, to be honest, if I was playing it offline, I'd rather play it on like an emulator or something. Oh, wow, okay. So, you know, I'm glad we ran this game, because I like having what's on the thumbnail in there. And when I was making the thumbnail like 14 hours ago, I kind of just looked up a random Google image. It come up and I thought, yeah, this will kind of look all right. But let's see how we can save this. Oh, okay, if you can. Here we go, save. Oh, look at that. I've got a save file. So don't turn. Okay, so the game has been saved. What we'll do is we'll run another game and we'll come back to this to make sure. Got to make sure, remember, right, it's the crystal version. Don't forget, it's the crystal version. Oh, someone asked for Shantae earlier on. I did write that down. I always bloody forget. So let's go to Shantae now, and then we'll come back. Shantae, here we go. A nice bit of Shantae. Also, guys, just want to say, if you're really, you know, if you're enjoying the Game Boy Core and you want to contribute to Buddu 2, if you check the description of this video, he's got a Ko-fi link where you can make, like, you know, regular payments or a one-off payment if you know, if you want to help the guy out, because a lot of developers do stuff because they really like it and they enjoy it, right? You know, the amount of money they get back for it definitely doesn't compensate them for the time, but it's an interest, right, that they like doing. But you know, some of the equipment that they buy does cost money to do it, and obviously it does help. So if you do want to, you know, if you do want to contribute to a Buddu 2, his Ko-fi link is in the description, as well as his GitHub and his Twitter, if you want to follow him on any of the social media stuff. I always recommend at least following them on Twitter, because usually if an update or something is pushed out, then you'll get, you know, you can see it via one of their tweets. As you can see, when I do my news videos, like, you know, a lot of the information, in fact, the vast majority of information I get is from people's Twitter, right? Whether it's developers or different people within, like, you know, the retro gaming and the FPGA gaming scene. But the actual cartridge of this is worth a lot of money, isn't it? You know, like when I think I had the game shop and all the retro stuff I had, man, like in hindsight, some of the stuff I got rid of, like sealed copies of Mario 64, Smash Brothers, you know, if I still had that stuff, oh man, it'd be amazing. Have to say, this is a very, very good looking game, right? For that time, like, amazing. I wonder if a new one will ever come out. I think they keep kind of re-releasing the older ones, don't they? I don't think there's like a bang on new one. Okay, so I can just keep walking forward. Okay, not quite. But for the most part. Ah! I can't, ah! Was I supposed to fall there? No, clearly not. Okay, so I was hoping to just get past this part, man. I want the game part to start. Okay, maybe from here I need to be careful. Wow. But it's true what they say, right? Once you pop, you can't stop. Oh, come on. Let me get this bridge is taking too long. Ah! Okay, land ahoy. Again, very, very good looking game. I can imagine playing this on like a Game Boy screen, right? Seeing that ship in the background. Then, you know, they've upped their game somewhat, and they're firing some big ass stuff at us now, man. Okay. All right. That's interesting. It's a part where you've got a mixture of people like running about, and you've got some enemies as well. I thought this might have been like a town or something. Clearly, I'm not very good at this. Okay, at least I got a heart. Yeah, I can see why people like this game. Got a good feel to it. Good animation. Oh, I can destroy that thing as well. Awesome. Nice big sprites as well for a Game Boy game, right? Oh, do you know what? We might have to go back to DMG, man. I'm remembering more games now. Good soundtrack for this as well, man. Banging soundtrack. I really hate the way they jump out. I should get used to it. Interesting. Okay, cool. Right, let's. I want to go back to. Whoops. I want to go back to the DMG one a second because there's a game I used to play as a kid. Let me know. Should be able to turn on GBA enhanced stuff. Oh wow, okay. Sorry, man. Just turned that off now, and I looked at it. Sorry. While I play, I don't actually look at. If I look at the chat, then I'm reduced to looking at the game via OBS, which means I'm looking at it running at 30 FPS, and there's a little bit of a delay in OBS as well. So I'm looking at my my normal screen. But you know what? Let's do something a little bit better. So let's go. Hopefully I have got it in here. I wonder if I have. Or I may not have it. I might have it as a dot pocket, so it may not be. I may not even have the ROM. So no, not here. That was interesting. Pandora's blocks. I kind of put that in a video yesterday. Let's go just DMG Tetris, right? Again, a banger of a game. And then after that, I need to run Spider-Man. I think it was Mysterio's Menace, man. That was an early game I had as well for the DMG. It was good. So what? Let's just have a look at the options in the core because. Okay, so the DMG doesn't have obviously the Game Boy Advance enhancements that the Game Boy Color one does. So it's like I kind of miss hard drop in this. That's why I really like that rosy retrospective, right? Because it gives you hard drop and it lets you hold it, but it retains the exact same graphics. So you're playing the same game, you know. I see those guys, man, like playing it on the NES where they're playing it with the controller reverse. It's the other way around, and rather than using a controller, it's like they keep their finger on the D-pad and they tap the back of the controller because it helps you get faster inputs. I mean, that's insane, man. I mean, wow. Like the competitive, the circuit, the Tetris circuit is just insane, guys. Absolutely. Completely insane. When you look at the skill that's in there, it's like, yeah, not for the light-hearted. Those guys are serious, man. Love this. This is the original From Russia with Love, man. Like, yeah, everyone loved it. I still remember a lady that I used to work with, an old lady, man, and she got into Game Boy. Like, she must have been like in her 60s, and she played it so much. She was telling me that when she closed her eyes, she had this thing called tetrasitis where all she saw was blocks going down. It's a real condition, apparently. I spoke about it in a stream before and people kind of referenced it to me. And I can kind of believe that because sometimes I do something so much that when I close my eyes, it's kind of drifting off into my subconscious or whatever. And I'm kind of seeing parts of it. But yeah, this addicted a lot of people to this game. But let's have a look at Spider-Man. Spider-Man, where are you? No. Spider-Man, what was it? Was it The Amazing Spider-Man then? Was it? Oh man, what was it called? It was definitely a DMG game. Maybe, what am I looking at? US. Maybe let me look at Europe, right? Maybe it was called something different somewhere else. The hell? Why have we got no Spider-Man games, man? Can't be under there. They don't put games under there, do they? Oh, hold on. Maybe it's Amazing Spider-Man. Ah, here we go. The Amazing Spider-Man. I'm pretty sure this is Mysterio's Menace, right? I used to like this game, but I don't know how well it's aged, man. I don't know how well it's aged. Hopefully this is the one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the one. Yeah, it's got to be. Look, we've got Mysterio there. Maybe the European version is called Mysterio's Menace. Yeah, do you know, I played this a lot. I don't know if I beat it or not. I can't remember. But obviously it was Spider-Man and it just looked cool. The box looked cool. And look, even the graphics here, look, they just look wicked. Especially like, look, you've got the, you know, like the eye kind of movement on Spidey's mask. Let's have a look. Let's get out of here. I mean, I even liked Spider-Man on the Atari So how do you swing? I can't even... Okay. There's definitely... I'm sure there's a way you could swing. Ah, here you go. Look at that. The swinging straight out of the 80s kind of cartoon, but your web goes, right? We've got a lizard down there just trolling me from the sewer, man. Yeah, I had this game. It's not a great game by any means, you know, but it's one of those ones we played as kids. Like, you know, you wanted the Spider-Man game. This was your Spider-Man game. Look at that. I'm swinging on my webs and look at that. Do you know what? If you want to see a really bad game, right? Okay, if you think this game is bad, right? You don't want to see... Yeah, okay, let's have a look at the next one, right? Seriously, if you think this is bad, you've seen nothing yet. When it comes to comic book adaptations, this game is terrible. Like, if I got given this game as a kid, I think I actually would have cried. Like, that's how bad it was. I would have cried. 100%, I would have cried. In fact, I think if someone bought me this as an adult, I think I would cry. The best thing about this game here is probably the title screen. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? This might be the worst game out there. Unless someone can think of another one, I'm quite happy to run crap games for the rest of the stream, right? I mean, I'll try and aim my stream for around 2 hours, and we've been going for 1 hour 56 minutes. I don't mind going a bit over. My wife's good. My wife's cool. Like, I've done what I needed to do. In fact, I actually didn't need to do a lot. I just had to... I took the boys out to get some stuff, and she just wanted the lift. But then what was really awesome is she didn't want me to go with her because she knew she wanted to take time. So I brought the boys back home. The boys started playing Minecraft when they come home, and I started setting up the stream, and my wife came back in later. So she was happy. Her and my daughter went out. That's one good thing now. When my daughter's like 16 now, her and my wife do things together, which is awesome because it means I don't have to do these things with my wife, like boring stuff like shopping and other stuff. This is just terrible. Look at that. Look at the enemy in there, just standing there. Look at, wow. Guys, come on now. Chat, explode with bad game names. Write them in block capitals because, like I said, I'm running on fumes. Yeah, write them in there and we'll go through the chat. This is terrible. Find us worse games than this. I mean, like the arcade beat 'em up wasn't that great, right? But I liked it. I liked it a lot. In fact, I used to play it in the arcade. But compared to other brawlers that were out there, can I just... No, he does turn around. Okay, they made him turn around. Why make him turn around? Like, seriously, look at Hawkeye. It looks more like Batman. Can I pick up the rock? Oh, I can pick up the rock. Can you smell what the rock is cooking? Like, that's the best thing about this. That was the best thing about this game so far, was I was able to pick up a rock. Oh, I got some health. Wow. Okay, we're doing good. Okay, I've got to say though, right? I played this game on emulation before, and you know what? It's a lot worse on software emulation. When I played it on RetroArch, it felt even worse. Don't get me wrong, this isn't a good game, but it feels better on here on the Analogue Pocket than it did when I played it on RetroArch, right? You know, it's become from completely unplayable to like more unplayable. Right, guys, come on, hit me up with the bad games, man. Hit me up with the bad games. Let's look at... Oh, can we change character? Okay, let's change character. Let's go Captain America. Oh, you know what? Have a stone. Oh, what? I just threw it over the guy's head. How many shield hits is it going to take? I mean, at this rate, I can probably kill you quicker with an empty can of Coke. Look at that. Look how many hits the normal enemies are, right? You know what? It may not have been so bad if the enemies were like 1 or 2 punches, but we're talking like 10 punches plus to get rid of them. So maybe it wouldn't have been as bad. Right, okay. We didn't get a boss or anything. Mortal Kombat! Yes, let's do that. Let us do that. Let's just see if he flies around or anything. Am I picking that thing up? No? Seriously, this is terrible. Right, we're going MK. Mortal Kombat! Alright, let's do this. Okay, let's go original Mortal Kombat. And let's check it out. You know, after the stream finishes, I'm gonna have like this mega cup of coffee. So guys, like, here's an interesting story, right? You know, you've got instant coffee, then you've got the expensive coffee that you make in a coffee maker, right, or coffee machine. I've got like a French press. So I was at work and there was a company there and they got a new coffee maker. So they said to one of the guys that, look, we're going to get rid of all this coffee. We don't want it. Do you know anyone that's got a coffee maker? And I was like, yeah, we got that coffee maker. I kid you not, I ended up with about 10,000 coffee capsules from Nespresso. We're talking like thousands of pounds worth of coffee, right? But I don't have that machine. It's a commercial machine, right, that you cannot buy. Let's go Sub-Zero, right? So what I actually do is I cut each capsule out and I put it in my French coffee maker and then I press it and I drink it and it works superbly, right? I gave away lots and lots of it as well. Yeah, man, but due to it works well. Like, don't get me wrong, at work I got the machine, at home I haven't. I've got the French press. So what I'm doing is I gave lots of it away to lots of my friends. I was like, guys, look, I got this coffee. As long as you don't mind, I've got some friends that are snobs. They're like, nah, I don't do that. I'm like, cool, then go pay like whatever it's for your coffee. So I cut each capsule open with scissors and then I put it inside the French press, right? And yeah, man, when that runs out, man, I'm going to be gutted because I'm going to have to start buying coffee. Come on, was it back? No? Okay, have you got the teleport move? No? Nope, he hasn't got the teleport. Yep, I can't seem to do... I'm sure it was back punch for Harpoon, right? Right. So yeah, that was I'm so happy with that, with the cheap coffee I got. Wow, this is terrible. He can't teleport. He can't do the teleport punch. Right, where's the block button? How do I block? I just realised we've got two buttons. Oh no, hold on. It's select block. Nope, you can't pause it. Yeah, this is terrible. Let's not see some more. Talking of that. Let's go. Let's have a look at Mortal Kombat 2. Yeah, it's terrible. We'll have a look at Mortal Kombat 2. We'll have a look at Street Fighter as well. I kind of like the black and white Street Fighter. Like it's right for the rest of the stream, guys. We're only looking at bad games, so get your bad requests in. It cannot be a good game. We're talking about the maximum review score this game should have got would be like 40%, and that's being generous. We want to go 20% or low. Ooh, okay, we're looking good. Let's be my guy Sub-Zero here, yeah? Wow. You know, I used to love looking at these graphics back then, man. Do you know what's really, really bad, right? When you're a kid and you're in the shop and you look at this and you've got a Game Boy, you're thinking, you know what? Oh, I managed to do it right. This is much better. This is all right. Oh, he's got the sweep as well. And you just press the two buttons that are available to you to do the sweep. Has it got block? No, okay. Okay, so start is block, select is pause. Guys, this isn't bad. This isn't bad. Let's see if we can do the combo. Wow, you can do the combo from the arcade. That is banging. Look at that. Okay, alright, okay. Mortal Kombat, alright, we need to take this because we said bad games only. And that game is actually alright. Right, let's go Mortal Kombat 3 now. So, Mortal Kombat 1, terrible. Mortal Kombat 2, it worked. You could do the combo I used to do in the arcade, which is, you know, once you catch the free shot, you do an uppercut and then you move back, block, and the two low punches here. I can't remember the bottom row, the punch and the kick, and he will do that kind of slide sweep thing, which was like, wow, okay. There wasn't big combos in Mortal Kombat 1. I don't remember there being big combos. So, you know, I want games to be good. I'm expecting it to be bad, but when I was trying Mortal Kombat 2, it ended up being all right. So let's go. I don't know any of the moves of most of the guys here, man. Okay, is that Johnny Cage? We'll go Johnny Cage. Right, where's like Sub-Zero and Scorpion, man? Your thing. Ooh, Street Racer. All right, we're gonna go Street Racer. Pitfall, Beyond the Jungle. Right, okay. Let's have a look at. Did I pick Sub-Zero? Bloody hell. Yo, he hasn't got a mask on. All right, okay. So maybe Scorpion has. Oh, it's got the codes. You know what? I can't remember. Let's get this out. Okay. I'm gonna go on a whim here and say this is gonna be bad. Yeah, this is worse. Oh, what? I didn't even do that second one, you know. Yeah, this is terrible. So guys, if you're gonna play a Mortal Kombat on the DMG, play number 2. Number 1 is terrible. This is whack. I think it's even running at like 50. It feels like cardboard cutouts, right? Okay, have you got the sweep? No, he hasn't got the sweep. See the moves in number 2. I was like, okay, how would these moves work if I only had 2 buttons? And I've done it that way and it worked. And it's always nice when you see a game like that, when you think, oh, I think this is how it's going to work, and you do it and it just works, right? So has he got the... At least he's got the... Yeah, all right, let's go. Let's go to the next one. What have we got here? Pitfall Beyond the Jungle. Okay. Let's go. Pitfall. Okay, is that a color game? We haven't got it here. Oh, okay. Bad games. Pit Fight has got to be terrible, right? Even though, okay, we're getting some things down here. That's looking good. That's looking good. But I saw Pit Fighter there. Now, Pit Fighter is widely regarded as like a terrible fighting game. I've got to say, I liked it. Can I? Oh, okay. You got to press select to change the character. So, do you know? Let's be the big guy. Ex-pro wrestler. You had all these, yeah, I don't know, these kind of sadistical looking dudes here. I don't know, this might be better than the arcade version already. I did like this, and I like this on a Mega Drive as well. I'll tell you what though, this is probably better than Mortal Kombat, but it's not a great game. So we're still on the thing of crappy games, right? So yeah. This looks like someone took a picture of the game with a Game Boy printer and then started animating those screenshots and whatnot. Right, okay. That's pretty bad. So we haven't got Pitfall Beyond the Jungle. Unless I'm completely missing something. No, Pinball, Pit Fighter, it should be around here, right? Unless it's not the USA. Let's see if it's in the European ones. Were we lucky enough to get Pitball while the Americans didn't? Wait, Pitfall. Let's try Japan. No, okay, we haven't got that there. That's like a color game or something. Street Racer. Let's have a look at Street Racer. There's always a lot of games with S, man. Like, you can never go wrong with the letter S, right? There's always games with... you go to letter S, there's so many games just that start with super. Sometimes we're talking like hundreds just with that. Yeah. I need to stop saying, oh, man. So just a few days ago, I was at a work meeting, right? And a friend of mine sits in with a work meeting. It's a weekly Teams meeting, right? And one of the guys, so I was saying to my friend, obviously our mic was muted. We weren't, you know, it wasn't our turn to participate. It's like a round the table kind of meeting. You all have your say and you contribute where you need to, right? So my buddy was with me, and there's one guy that comes on. He's a nice guy, but he says a lot. So if he does a sentence, he'll be like, Street Racer is a good game. So I was like, I started saying 1, 2, 3, right? In like a 3 minutes talk that he gave, or his part, he said it 46 times. What was really funny is, you know, when you start laughing, so we had to turn off our camera because we started laughing and acting like school kids. But yeah, the guy did use a lot, and I'm conscious, I try not to use it, but does come out, man. It does come out, especially if I replay a video and I try and watch it. I'm like, you know what, I do a lot of let's go head to head, man. If we're gonna go bad game, let's go head to head. Race, Rumble, Soccer. What is this? Rocket? I'm gonna go soccer, right? Because are we seeing like Rocket League on the Game Boy? Is this gonna be? How many options have I got? Okay, right. I'm digging the title screen now. Shall I be my boy a Honda? Yeah, let's be Honda. Okay, right. Maybe it looks better on a smaller screen. Wow, this is Rocket League, guys. Okay, where am I going? Am I going back? Oh, I need to... Oh, this is terrible. It doesn't... How am I going back? Do I... No? Okay, am I... Okay, that pauses it. Oh, okay. Yep. Okay, am I in goal? I can't even see who's coming down. This is terrible. Let's see what the racing is like, right? Let's see how bad the racing is. Whoops, please don't make me continue back there. Let's get out of here. Wow, 1996. This is a late Game Boy game. I mean, look at that. The way the track is scrolling actually looks good. Actually looks like a good frame rate as well. Let's now have a look. Okay, play game. We just go practice. Let's go race. All right, we're gonna be Surf. How you doing? Okay, yeah, we're just gonna go track 1. Have to say the track kind of looks alright, guys. What's that Game Boy style F-Zero game? I know I featured it on one of my news videos. Oh, there you go. I just said there. I need to stop that. Right, so there's a Game Boy F-Zero game that's coming out, or an F-Zero inspired game, and it looks really, really good. I'm just hoping it is an actual Game Boy ROM, but I get the feeling it's going to be like a Windows game, but inspired by like Game Boy, which I've got nothing against that. They're fun to play, but it's nice to have an actual Game Boy game because, you know, then we can run it on an Analogue Pocket. Yeah, this is not good. So yeah, we can run it on the Analogue Pocket. If it's a Windows game, yeah, I've got plenty of devices. I can put it over to the Steam Deck, you know, via like a non-Steam game, fiddle about a bit. I've got plenty of Windows devices, including a couple of handheld ones, so I can run it on that. But it's nice to see that stuff coming onto an actual Game Boy. So I'll be keeping an eye on that. I'm following the person over on Twitter, so when they do release the game, I think they initially did a tweet saying, look, if this tweet gets like, you know, whatever, 1,000 likes, I'll make this game, and it smashed whatever target the guy set, and he's making it. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to that, man. What he's previewed so far looks really good, especially if it's actually running on like a Game Boy Color or something. I kind of get the feeling it's not. Okay, you know what? I have to say, this isn't the worst game I've played. You know, this is by no means a below 40% game. I wonder if can anyone check out the review for this Street Racer on the Game Boy DMG? I'd be interested to see what Mean Machines, CVG, you know, Electronic Gaming Monthly, one of the magazines around the time this was out, gave it, because yeah, it's not great, but it's not terrible, man. I mean, you know, the bars really are a bit. Oh, Pitfall was on GBC. Oh, cool, Badu too. Yeah, we're in the Game Boy core at the moment, so we'll move over to the GBC when we kind of end the stream. But let's look at another Game Boy one. So what else is mentioned there? Home Alone. Okay, let's go Home Alone. Home Alone. Okay, so was there a good Home Alone game? I think the one on the SNES was whack as well, man. I don't remember that being good. So let's so this was cash-in back then, wasn't it? The movie was popular, very successful. I think Macaulay Culkin does like stand-up comedy now. Guys, you know what? I've got to say something, right? That is quite funny. So I saw a clip of Macaulay Culkin when he was a kid, and they're talking about Nintendo and I think Sega, and he says, no, I like the PC Engine, or like the TurboGrafx 16. And I was like, you know what? This kid knows, right? Because not everyone mainstream is going to know about that. And I was like, wow, that's what he likes. So I actually sent him a message on Instagram saying, I'd love to have you on the channel just talking about your gaming experiences. But to my surprise, I did not get a response. But you know what, guys? I am not really a massive YouTuber or big or anything. I find the amount of DMs and stuff I get overwhelming. So I can imagine someone that's actually very successful, or was successful in their earlier life and is still doing stuff on like the comedy circuit now. I can imagine them getting a lot of stuff. So I can imagine them not responding to a lot of messages and whatnot. But I thought I would try it, right? Because yeah, you know, if he agrees, then awesome. If he doesn't, I mean, it took me like maybe a minute to type up the message that I did. Yes, okay, let's talk about this now. This just feels... Is it my body? Am I shooting? No, okay. Yeah, this sucks. Okay. Is he not going to chase me or what? Okay. Yep, you know what, Lina? Cool. Definitely, okay. Yeah, this is terrible. Imagine like you get... You know, you're one of those kids, your parents are like, Okay, okay, that part's interesting. Your parents are like, oh, you know what? We want to get little Alfred the game. What can we get him? Oh, he likes the Home Alone movie. Maybe we can get him that. And they get that, and then yeah, I would have been crying. I would have said, nah. I guess I would have cried a lot as a kid. Lucky I didn't. I don't really cry that much, but having games like this would definitely make me cry. Come on in, can I jump on a chair? Okay, that was actually kind of interesting. Right, have we got anything else on the DMG, guys? Hit me with some terrible games. You know what we can look at? It's supposed to be terrible. I kind of liked it, right? And you know what? No one actually bothered converting this over. You know, you've got the .pocket files that you can put on. I can't remember what it's called, like Retro Patcher or something, right? And no one actually bothered putting Street Fighter 2 on there, man. I was like, man, I kind of wanted the .pocket version of that, right? Because the .pocket, bringing stuff over to .pocket was fantastic before we got open FPGA cores, right? And I mean, even to some extent, there's advantages to using some of those, right? You know, as long as you're only playing it one player, it hasn't got any link cable support. It's missing a lot of features, but it's quite nice using them, especially before we got all the display filters and stuff. Now we got those, okay, not so much, but before we got the display filters, it was good to have. It was good to have. You know what? I like that they've got the character select screen here from Super Street Fighter. And look, you can be, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go Ryu. Let's be boring. All the sounds are there. Let me turn the sound up a bit, man. You can hear some of the Street Fighter goodness. Oh yeah, this is terrible. This is terrible. But your moves do come out though. Look. Look at that. I mean, it is better than the Amiga version of Street Fighter 2. Come on, guys, hit me with some. If you don't hit me with any DMG ones, then we'll go over straight to Game Boy Color. We'll look for some bad games on there. We'll start with Pitfall. But yeah, let's try and get a couple more DMG ones in if we can. You know what though, yeah, I'm so sad. As a kid, I would have played this. I didn't have this as a kid, but I would have played it. I think it was just regarded as a bad version, so you know, you were like, okay, we know it's bad, we're not gonna get it at all. Right, what's that? Oh, we got something here. Ohasuta. Okay, is that a Japanese game? I don't know what that is, but we can check that out. Right, Ohasuta. Oh, I'm digging the sound though. What is it? Ohasuta. Oh. No, not here. It's got to be a Japanese game, right? No element. Okay. Okay, cool. I think I just saw it there. Okay. It's got to be that one there, yeah? Or Hatsu. Or Hasuta. That's the closest one to it, right? Let's see. Hopefully that's the game you meant, Badu, too. I like that I can fast forward this, man. What am I doing here? Okay, what I was playing there wasn't. Let's hold down that fast forward button. Dude, man, seriously, the fast forward button is wicked. Unlike this game. Right, we're gonna go Game Boy Color after this, guys. Right, so let's get some Game Boy Color terrible games. Yeah, I'm gonna quit this. I don't think I've got the patience to kind of get through with that one. Right, open FPGA. Right, okay, what am I doing? So I'm naturally floating towards arcade. Right, let's look at Game Boy Color. And let's start this with Pitfall. Pitfall Beyond the Jungle. Okay. Oh, is it? Okay, cool, man. We're Badu 2. We're on Game Boy Color now, so we can start looking at some of that stuff. Okay, let's just go normal because it kind of looks best on streams. Find when people look on like mobile devices, if I've got any screen filters on, they look terrible. On bigger screens, filters kind of look all right, you know, especially if someone's watching like a TV or like a large monitor, like we're good. Hold on, I remember Crave doing some good games. Did Crave, or was it Crave? Okay. It's kind of looking all right so far. The Wilderness. Okay, I've got a jump button. Oh, look at that, I got a little pickaxe. Oh, I was supposed to go for the rope. Right, cool, got that. Okay. Okay, you know what, Badu 2? Have to say, I've definitely played worse. Oops, okay, yeah, I don't know about those jumps then. Yeah, those jumps are bad. They kind of set you up. They set you up like an arcade game. We want to take your money, but you've already bought this game, so it should be a more fun experience. I'll tell you what though, Pitfall on the Atari 2600. Wow, man, that truly. Why can't I jump up now? What is going on with me? Okay, managed it. Yeah, Pitfall on the Atari 2600 was something special, man. All right, cool. Yep, we've definitely had enough. What was that one there? Hey, Jinkman, how you doing, man? No worries, man. Good to have you here, nonetheless. Ohasuta. Right, let's have a look. No, okay. There's only one game here with that. Okay, with that would it be a Japanese game? Sounds like a Japanese game. Oh, here we go. Was that it? Oh, Dance Revolution. Okay. Ohasuta. That's got to be the one, right? Ohasuta. Yeah, it is. Cool. All right. Let's have a look. Or is it this one here? Ohasuta Yamachan. Did I pick the right one? Yeah, Ohasuta. Okay, there's a few different names. Are these like rhythm action games? What have we got here? 2600, it's 2600. Ah, cool, man. Sorry, the Atari 2600. I've heard it both ways though. Let's have a look. Okay, so Jinkman, we're finishing up the stream here, but we're looking at the worst Game Boy Color games that you can think of. So we've got Badu 2, who's the developer that brought these cores over, the Game Boy and the Game Boy Color one. These variants of the core over from I think the Mr. cores over to the Analog Pocket. So that's pretty awesome. He's in here, and yeah, it kind of just went to finishing the stream with bad games. You know what? So far, I'm kind of liking the look of this though. But I've seen better graphics on the Game Boy Color. I feel like, oh, okay. Why can't I? Okay, that's been blocked. What are my buttons gonna do? Can I move a ladder? Can I create a ladder? What the hell? Let me go back down. What the? Oh, okay, right. Do you know what? I kinda... Oh yeah, Jinkman, start naming some, man. We'll have a look at them. Okay, what am I... Can I even move something here? Can I move a block? I've got no idea what I'm doing here, man. Oh, okay, I can bring stuff down. Right, okay, so that's not going to be able to come here now. But then I can't go here. Can I? Oh, okay, I can shoot that up. Right, okay, interesting. Do you know what? This might not be that bad a game. I can shoot that up. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's making me go faster. Okay, maybe I'm taking two, and I've got this giant bogey dude coming here. Well, okay, can I drop that? Oh, okay, I can't. It's a weird game. Okay, I can squash these things. Do you know what Badu too? I don't actually mind this game. I guess if I can work out how to play it, it might actually be alright. Okay, so what was next? Someone mentioned a game down here. Cool. Alright, okay. Let's run something else. What else was bad on here? Let me see if I can find something that's terrible. Don't know too much about the Japanese games, but I'm sure I'll find something in the European games, right? What game was just known to be just terrible? Oh, I'm drawing a blank here, man. Oh, Chase HQ. I don't remember that being good, but let's check that out. Guys, let's get some more. Okay. Rocket Power, Get in Air, wicked. All right, we'll run that one next. Let's take out Chase HQ because I don't remember this being good, but let's see if it's any good. That one is pretty bad. Cool. Rocket Power, Getting Air. Secret Police. Come on, let's do this. What? I want to race. This might actually turn out to be alright. This is a strategy game, it looks like. If not, right. Okay, so, right, what's that one? Rocket Power, right? Rocket Power. Rocket Power, Getting Air. Right. Thanks, Jinkman. You've come in late, but you're contributing. Much appreciation there. The Atari 2600. 2600, is that what it is? The Atari 2600. Right. It's 2600. It's 2600. Right, okay, cool. I can stick with that. I used to like Spider-Man on that, right? Even though it sucked. Like, it wasn't a good game. Combat was good on it. Pitfall was fantastic on it. Was it River Raid? River Raid is wicked. It even holds up. I can play that even now. Okay. This looks like... What's that? What's that cartoon? Rugrats. This looks like the Rugrats when they've all grown up. Do you know what? By default, I'm not a big fan of skating games anyway. I did try the Tony Hawk stuff, just didn't click. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this is terrible. Come on, some more bad games, guys. Some more bad games. Right, if not, I think we'll do one more bad game. If we can get one more bad game, we'll run with that, and then we'll end this stream, guys. Yeah, this is bad. This is painful. Let me see if I can find one, unless someone brings one up in chat. Oh, Rugrats. Okay, that's what I was talking about. They look like the Rugrats grown up. Spawn? Wow, okay. So I'm seeing some good games now. I'm looking for... Oh, Test Drive 6. Let's have a look at this. And I think this has... Oh, the DDR one. All right, let's do that as the finale then. Wicked. Right. Here we go. Let's try that out. But yeah, Badu 2, I think this is going to be the last one. I'm going to go and have that cup of coffee. By that, I mean my awesome wife is probably going to make it for me if I ask her nicely. So it's going to be a rhythm action game, clearly. This probably isn't going to be a bad game, you know. Oh, definitely basic. So I wonder if you're going to have up, down, left, right in here. Oh, okay, so I've got to match it up there. A bit slow, but I think it's introducing you. We've seen the guys in the arcade, man. When I go arcade to play Street Fighter, you've got a lot of dancing machines there, man. And you've got these guys on there, man. They are nuts, man. When I see them do their stuff on there, I'm like, you guys are crazy. But they do that, then they've got like this, they've got like this drum game. They've got this other coin kind of game. Man, it's nuts what they do. I'm not really feeling the sound though, man. Was I could do it with the rhythm, but well, it's not really a match. I feel like I'm more matching the visual cues there, man. I need a copy. Still have half an hour. Oh, okay. I still have an hour and a half of work. Wow, awesome, man. Yeah, I forget, man. I forget how behind, you know, how many 6 to 8 hours behind usually. But guys, you know what? I'm gonna wrap this up over here. Let's see. Actually, before I wrap it up, let me do one more thing because I like. Let's put in a little bit of eye candy, and that's definitely gonna have to be. Where are you? Where are you? So let's put on the GB, the Game Boy Advance enhanced features because Badu 2's put some good in there. Okay, so enable GBA original colors, enable rumble, enable fast forward sound. So I imagine that's with sound on. Currently we have it with off. So look, you know, there's some nice quality of life features that Badu 2 has put in there. But you know, I thought I'd run or end with this to say so. Wicked guys, look, thank you everyone for watching. Badu 2, thank you for your awesome work on the cause and thank you for stopping by. Always appreciate it. So that's really it, guys, for this stream. Hopefully there won't be any issues with this core, and Badu 2 will just you know, he'll update it in due time, and hopefully there won't be any issues with like save files getting corrupted or anything. However, really good advice here, guys. If you're investing lots and lots of time in your games, use something like Pocket Sync to back up your saves. I use Pup Data. I'm not sure if Pup Data actually backs up the saves or not. I don't really back them up, but I know Pocket Sync definitely has that feature. So if you're spending lots and lots of hours playing games, you've spent like, I don't know, 600 hours making Pokemon babies. Cool. Make sure you back up your saves, guys. Like, back up your saves. Cannot emphasize this enough, right? Because if this does get released and it works for everyone and you're that unlucky person that gets a corrupt save file, honestly, no one else is to blame but you. If you're spending that much time on games, back up your save. I'll give you an example. Like, I've played Monster Hunter combined between the PlayStation 4 and the PC for 2,000 hours. On the PC, I'm close to like 700 hours. So what I've done is I've found where my save file is in Steam. I've backed it up and I've also emailed it to me, because if I ever lose it, I don't want to lose 700 hours of progress, right? I probably won't go back to the game, but because I've invested so much time in there, I won't want to reset that time, right? And go from the beginning. Should I ever play it again? Unlikely that I will. But yeah, message of this, back up your saves. Course fantastic. We saved a couple of times, had no issues with it. But haven't vigorously tested like the saving and how everything works. But guys, check out the description of the video. You've got the developers details in there if you want to follow them over on Twitter or support their work via Ko-fi. But that's really it, guys. Be absolutely